Get your films on with the Blurs.
Once an idea has taken hold of the brain, it's almost impossible to eradicate.
Unpacking movies has never been more spot on, woke, fire, and just plain lit.
They are lit all the time.
So if you're unsure whether or not to plop down some cash for a film, check out the Blurs.
When a man with a 45 meets a man with a rifle, the man with a pistol is a dead man.
Brondo's got what plants crave.
It's got electrolyte.
You really only need to hang mean bastards. But mean bastards, you need to hang.
Don't say you weren't warned. Here's Brandon and Jeff.
Roll camera and action.
It's time for some trailer talk.
All right, we got 3 trailers to talk about. None of them look particularly good. Let's start with the anniversary. This is the one I want to see the most because I was like, this looks terrible, but also looks like my type of movie.
So, and this one feels like, and so 2 of the trailers we're going to talk about, this one and then the next one, feel like we are in Crazy White Woman like season. Like that's going to be like the theme that's going to be running through a lot of the movies for the next couple of months. It feels like single white female.
Yeah, I was thinking that exactly, especially with the next one.
Right. It like feels like single white female meets MAGA. Right? So this trailer honestly gives you no really frame of reference for what the story is. I think it's a student, like a politics professor. Her son starts dating one of her ex students, who now is like a front for a stand-in for Project 2025, and is trying to not only destroy the professor, but also turn the son against her. I think that's what I got from the trailer.
I didn't get any political undertones. What I got was Diane Lane hates her daughter's new boyfriend because apparently she has some sort of past. I don't know. Look, I'll watch it. I'll watch it. That's all I got.
It's that. The next one, the
HOUSEMAID, based off the worldwide bestseller. I've heard about this book. I ain't know anything about it till I just watched this trailer. Directed by Paul Feig. Look, sure. I have no. Go ahead.
It
I have
seems
no
like
strong feelings.
It seems like single white female versus single white female. Right? Like it seems like, all right, we put 2 crazy white chicks in a house together and they're both trying to kill each other and take each other's lives. I don't know. I don't know. Look, I didn't think I was going to like a Simple Favor, right? Because that looked dumb to me and I enjoyed that. So maybe this will be fun. I'm done with Sydney Sweeney.
You know what? I would not be surprised if this is a hit, but like I kind of feel like we've peaked with this type of thing. Like, and I mean peaked because I read the book and we've all seen the movie. Like Gone Girl came out like
right, yeah.
10 years ago, man.
Like it's
we're kind of done.
I've got no. It's there. It doesn't look like a piece of shit, but also it doesn't look like it's a movie for me.
I'm at this point where I'm like, if I get it, cool. If I don't, cool. Like I know this is gonna be like in the pop culture, like what's the word I'm looking for?
The zeitgeist.
Yeah, like I know this is gonna be all over and like everybody's gonna be talking about it, but I'm not sure if I specifically want to talk about it.
I mean, it'll be. I hate to say this. This is the world we're living in. It is. It looks infinitely meme worthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know. I watched it and I was just like, looks like your average Lifetime thriller.
100%. Yeah, like it's there. Uh,
Like I'm more excited. Like the anniversary has lower production value, but looks like the
mm.
better movie.
I mean, they both look kind of low rent to me, but Paul Feig, he's more hit than miss for me, right?
This also drops the same day as Avatar.
I, well, I'm sure when it goes direct to video, when not direct, when it goes to streaming, 5 days after it releases, because it doesn't make any money because it's going up against fucking Avatar.
Look, counter programming works. Who knows? Because, Mamma Mia opened against The Dark Knight. It worked out.
Yeah,
Counter programming works. I mean, it's Christmas time. You know what I'm saying? Everybody
yeah, but
wants to
people
get
love
out the
singing and
fucking
dancing,
house.
right? Like, isn't Mamma Mia nothing but singing and dancing?
Yeah, yo, listen, there's two of them shits, and I've never seen either one.
I've never seen any of them. I know it's like ABBA music, but like,
Yeah.
look, you can't go wrong with singing and dancing. People love singing and
Uh,
dancing.
I mean, singing and dancing was the best part of one of the movies we're gonna review. So,
Mm.
yeah. Look, I got nothing to say. Let's move into Anaconda, which, again,
I
this looks pretty fucking bad.
Right, but it's deliberately bad, so I'm with it, right? I love the main hook that a bunch of friends are
Want to
trying to
remake?
remake Anaconda and
For the
end up
also,
yeah,
uh, for those of you listening, the first Anaconda with Ice Cube, John Voight, and Jennifer Lopez, easily one of the worst movies I've ever seen. Like that
right?
motherfucker only lives because of nostalgia, not because it's good. Like that movie's fucking terrible.
Didn't they make like 4 sequels direct like
All
after
direct to video.
videos, 4 direct video sequels, but between John Voight's horrible accent, the fucking uh Scorpion King level CGI. This was peak Jennifer Lopez, where they had to actually shoot her. I think it's contractually obligated to shoot her ass, right? Um,
This was before she started singing, when she was known still just as an actress.
right. Yeah. So this is and Ice Cube, fucking. I mean, I will say Ice Cube is better in this than he was in War of the Worlds,
I
but that's
mean,
not saying much.
yeah, I was about to say, I haven't seen it. Even I know that's a low bar to clear because I've seen clips. I've seen clips of the motherfucker, but
I
like,
mean, he's better than he was in. I I love John Carpenter. I hate Ghost of Mars.
Ghost of Mars, I enjoy for a Saturday afternoon where I'm bored and I'm like, oh, this is entertaining. And then I completely forget. Only thing I remember about Ghost of Mars is that it has Ice Cube and Natasha Hentrance, and I couldn't tell you anything else about it.
I think
What happened to her?
I I don't fucking know. What did she's wondering the same thing. What happened to me?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
she was in Species. Remember that? Where it's just like, oh, come see this
Oh,
hot blonde naked and have sex. And then
yeah.
that movie ended up being good. They fucked around and made a good movie. And then immediately the next year, Species
Species
2
2.
went out shit. Yo,
90s, baby. That fucking 90s.
yo, man. Mark Hellenberger and Michael Madison,
Yeah.
R.I.P. Had good chemistry and they were in a relationship by the end of the first one. And then for some reason, Species 2, they treat each other like they're the fucking plague out of nowhere. Also, they cloned Natasha
Still,
Henstridge
yeah.
because she dies at the end of the first one. Yeah, Species 2 is nonsense in every Sense of the word.
and then you have the direct to video sequels, right? I think they did 2 of those too.
Whoa, they did?
I think so. Let me look that fucking shit up. I think they did several direct to video sequels for
With that
Species.
said, though, this Anaconda thing just looks like Jumanji all over again.
I mean, look, because when they announced this, that they were doing a comedy version of reboot, remake, whatever of Anaconda, I was like, ugh, right? But watching this, it's like, okay, at least they're having fun with it. All right,
Tandy
so
Newton, why you or
wait,
Tawandi Newton, why are you in this shit? Like, why are you fucking in this shit?
because they canceled fucking because she likes to have fun. Everybody likes to have fun. So they made 2 direct to video sequels of Species. Species 3 and Species the Awakening. Yeah.
You know what? Cool. If y'all couldn't even get a theatrical sequel, like Species is also a movie that never needed a sequel. That's like
It was
doing a
good.
sequel to Wild Things. They did a Wild Things too, and I'm like, fucking Wild Things is in the same category as Species, where it's just like, hey, come see Nev Campbell and Denise Richards naked, but then they fucked around and made a good movie.
Right.
And then
right.
it's like, oh well, how about Wild Things too? And it's just like, well, no.
At least they had the decorum to make the sequel to American Psycho direct to video.
All American Girl
Yeah.
apparently has nothing to do with anything.
I think she maybe mentions Patrick Bateman once.
Okay.
I think
Alright.
like she's studying Patrick Bateman or some shit like that. I don't know.
Sure. Look, comes out Christmas, and again, like, this looks like to be a family-friendly version of Anaconda, and I'm just like, well, also, if I'm going to see a movie with my family, I'm gonna go fucking see Avatar.
Right. I mean, this looks like, I wouldn't say family friendly, but like at least it's something that you can go to the movies with your fucking cousins. Right? It's like, oh, let's go fucking see Anaconda.
I would rather get drunk and eat a couple of edibles at the crib and watch this on Netflix than actually go out of my way to fucking see this. Like, will I go to the screening? Probably.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, but
Because
like,
at least they're gonna get us drunk at the screening.
maybe because
right?
this is Sony, and Sony very rarely gives us anything other than here's your screening, enjoy or don't.
It's the or don't.
Like Sony don't give a fuck. They don't.
Oh,
Come on, man.
shit.
Like, come on. Like, we're gonna talk about a Sony movie that we saw, and they're just like, yeah, look, it's here. Y'all are here. Yeah, this, whatever, sure.
Yeah.
You know, sure. Anaconda
Hey, look,
drops Christmas Day, and had the audacity to do a serious version of the Nicki Minaj song Anaconda that sampled Sir Mix-a-Lot.
I didn't even know that. I didn't realize it was. So this is how old I am. I didn't realize it was a sample from Nicki Minaj. I just thought they sampled
Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Sir Mix-a-Lot.
No, that was a hit for her. Anaconda,
Yeah.
where she
Okay.
sampled Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Sure. Okay.
I have no listen. Jumanji was cool for the first one, and then they did a sequel, and they swear they're still doing a third one, and I was just like, I mean, it's been damn near 7 years since y'all made that second one, and it's not like everybody walked out of the second one like, damn, y'all literally did the same shit y'all did the first.
Like, I'd rather see, like, I'd rather see a sequel to Jungle Cruise. Right?
Yeah. Also, you know what? Good for Dwayne for being in real movies now. Like, get away from, because damn, like, Skyscraper, Red One, Central Intelligence. Like, you hit some lows, my dude.
I mean, look, Central Intelligence wasn't the worst thing he's done, right?
Like even I enjoyed Rampage. Even Rampage, I was like, oh, this is decent. But damn, bro, this
Yeah, Rampage. But what was that? What was the one where he San Andreas, where he fights an earthquake?
Oh well, he wasn't fighting an earthquake, but like, yeah, that movie fucking sucked.
But you know, like
That movie
it's always The
fucking
Rock
sucked.
fighting something. It's like
Yeah, that
just
movie
fighting an
fucking
earthquake.
sucked though. Yeah, look. Uh, Anaconda in theaters Christmas Day. Let's get into our main review.
And now, the moment you've been waiting for. The Film Blurbs feature film review.
All right, so before we jump right into these reviews, we gotta address this. I don't fuck with Jimmy Kimmel at all. Y'all know I don't fuck with Jimmy Kimmel, but
I
like,
mean, he's the best of the two Jimmys. I cannot stand Jimmy Fallon.
fair enough. And I listen, I ain't even gonna hold that against you. But first Colbert, now Jimmy, and mind you, these are white guys. Kimmel's Jewish, y'all. So at what point does everybody say enough? Because this is straight up, this is how Nazi Germany became Nazi Germany. This is literally fascism now.
Right. Like I said this yesterday to some friends. It's like, how do people not see the correlation between the free press being suppressed and what happened in Germany?
Books
right?
are being
Like,
banned, slavery's being erased from history.
Right. So yeah, for those of you who don't know, Jimmy Kimmel is on indefinite hiatus because one of the subsidiaries,
Yep.
one of the got pissed off at a joke he made about it wasn't even about
It wasn't a joke.
the
He was
dude.
just stating a fact, like, hey, you
Right.
know, like this shit's fucked up, like the double standards here.
Right. Yeah, it wasn't even, and I refuse to say the dude's name.
Yeah, because I don't want to, because then we're gonna have to talk about it, and like I don't want to talk about this person for a multitude of reasons.
Right. But the joke wasn't even about him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I watched the episode last night, and I don't watch Jimmy Kimmel, right? I watched it last night. I don't mind him as a late night host, whatever. But the joke, it was non-offensive at all, right? He was pointing out, like you said, that double fucking standard of like, you know, once you find out it was a white guy, a white a white right leaning guy,
Right, MAGA, and his whole family's MAGA.
right, who did the thing, right? Now it's all like, you know, thoughts and prayers, right?
And they're like,
we
oh,
gotta-
he was indoctrinated by trans and left wing, and it's just like there's no evidence of that though, y'all.
That's right, but like keep like,
And also the FBI's taking a victory lap, and I'm like, you guys can't even do that because the nigga turned himself in. Honestly, it's his father, because his father convinced him to turn himself in. Like the fact that they are rewriting the narrative in real time, and there's literal evidence everywhere that says otherwise. Like, this is insane to me.
right. And it's just wild, right? As black people navigate, or you know, people of color in general navigating America, you know that you're treated differently, right? You like from the jump,
Right.
but to see it
To happen to
like,
white people, that's what's crazy. This is happening to white people.
No, but like the way that if you bring up the dude's the things that he said about black people, about black women, and like it specifically about you know, George Floyd, on a number of different social issues.
Right, the motherfucker literally said, it's going to be worth having a few shootings every year
Right.
in order for us to keep our gun rights.
Like, he said the Civil Rights Act of 64 was a mistake.
Yes. And he said
Right?
women shouldn't vote. If his 10-year-old daughter was raped, he would force her to have the baby.
Right. And so, like, when you bring up these things that are recorded, right, to these
Out
people,
there.
right? Right? They're still like, oh, well, right? So that means that you you believe, like, you're in line with that shit, right? Like, when you're shown inarguable truth and you're still rocking with the fact that dude was a free speech champion, blah, 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 blah. Just admit that you hate brown people.
It's not even
Just admit
that,
it.
Jeff. I wouldn't even say that. Like that's just, to me, that's another day in America. The thing that hurts me the most is what I just said about his daughter. And I'm like, bro,
Right.
if I had a 10-year-old daughter, to me, that's still a fucking child. She's been through something traumatic, and then you're gonna put her through something that's gonna probably kill her at 10 years old.
Yeah.
So then by the
It's
time she's 24, her fucking kid is gonna be 14, and everybody's gonna be looking at us like, what's going on?
yeah. And so, like, everybody was like laughing. It was like, oh, that Project 2025 shit, that's not real. That's not going to happen. Well,
Yeah, yo, listen, Amy Coney Barrett, one of Trump's picks for the Supreme Court office, is saying, I don't see any evidence of democracy declining or fascism taking over. And everybody's like, well, that's because you're helping to enable it. And she's like,
right.
how? And people have brought up a laundry list, and she shut down. She's just like, oh, okay, well, look, I can't answer any more questions.
I like, it's, it's, it's insufferable.
The
But
rules
uh,
apply to certain people, and then
mhm,
once the right gets in the office, it's always like, oh well, that's how it is. That's how it is. We don't play by the rules. This is how it is. But then when
right.
anybody else is in power, it's just like, no, this is against our rules. This is against the Constitution. But then you guys get to wipe your ass with the Constitution any chance you get.
Right. Like 100%. Like, half the shit this administration is doing is in court because it's illegal.
Yeah, and you know what? And the reason it's getting full, and saw Joy Ann Reid say this. She's like, I don't understand why you motherfuckers are so angry. You have your president, you have your Supreme Court, you have both branches of the government. The only thing you guys don't have is like federal and state level shit. Why are you
Right.
still so angry? Like everything's going exactly the way you want, and you guys are still saying that you're being suppressed.
Because that's how they activate their base. Their base is so used to being shit on, right? That anyone that gives them any little hope makes them feel better than the fucking Mexican next door or the black guy down the street they're going to rock with, right? Not realizing that America was built by rich white men for rich white men.
They came over here to escape persecution from the crown. And now they're doing exactly what they escaped from.
I mean, honestly, uh, they're worse. You know, uh, this is worse than a monarchy,
Yeah, yeah.
right?
There's places where
Uh,
they still have kings. And even the places where they still have kings, they've been saying all over social media, like, hey, our country has a king, and even we have more freedom than you guys have over here in a quote unquote
right.
democracy. And I was just like, yo, listen, y'all see it.
Yeah. Like the fact that like this Jimmy Kimmel, and they're requesting that he makes a genuine apology and then pay the family and dude's alt right network restitution. I look, I if I were Jimmy Kimmel,
I would say my show's done then. You could suck my
right.
dick.
I mean, but I like I don't know how many people work on the show because like it's also the people that work on the show. You just got to think about them,
True.
right?
True.
So every man's got to walk his own road. He's got he's got people depending on him, but that is a fucking hard choice.
I would have an honest meeting with my entire crew, and I would tell them my beliefs, and I'm like, I understand you guys are suffering. If it comes down to it, I'm gonna try and help you guys get other jobs. But as far as me paying and apologizing, that's completely off the table, y'all.
Right.
Like I understand people are gonna like he's like you guys have been loyal because he's been on the air for like 20, 25 years. And I'd say like you guys have been loyal to me for 20, 25 years, but also understand there comes a point where we cannot kowtow and bend the knee to shit.
Right,
I'm sorry.
Right.
There just comes a point where my livelihood and your livelihood doesn't outweigh,
your
fascism.
conscience, your soul. Right.
Yeah.
Like but it's really like he didn't even make fun of the dude. Right. Like that's the thing. He wasn't. He was one of the first dudes to get out there and say like this was this was a horrible thing that happened. Right.
Yep. Yes, he was.
Like he was the first late night dude to make a statement. And it wasn't in support of the dude, but it was also like not celebrating the fact that like we've come to this. But like we haven't even come to this because that was some white on white crime.
Yeah, but as you were saying, I agree with you. Like I have nothing. If you want to elaborate further, go ahead.
I mean, it's just a scary time in America. Right. And we were always the underdog, right? Like that's how we went to the moon. That's how we fucking cracked the atom, right? Is that whole entire underdog spirit. But here's the thing about it. We weren't dumb, right? We have this whole entire underdog mentality. The thing is, we're not the underdog. We haven't been the underdog in a long
Like 50
fucking
years?
time. Yeah, like we were top dog, right? But a lot of people are going around thinking that the world is out to get us. That we're trying like not only is the world trying to get them, but we're trying to get them. Right? I can guarantee you a qualified person of color has never taken a job away from a white man.
I will say this, the world should be scared. Like, I know a lot of people are on edge about the whole Greenland shit, and I'm like, oh yeah, definitely be scared.
Is there some new shit going on in Greenland?
Oh, you didn't hear about that? A couple of months ago,
no.
This nigga is talking about invading Greenland and making Greenland part of the United States, and Greenland's like, the fuck you are. And everybody in the UN's like, that would be the cause for World War III. That means literally everybody would come over here and would just go ape shit.
You can't invade a sovereign nation for no fucking reason, right? Like, I just put a binky in this man's mouth so he stops fucking talking.
Yeah, man, I'm surprised you didn't hear that. That's old news.
I mean, like, I probably heard it and forgot about it because, like, that's the game plan, right? Is to exhaust us with such minute bullshit that we're exhausted when the real battle comes.
Yeah.
Right? When there's something to really fight for. And when I say battle, when I say fight, I don't mean physical violence. I mean like your votes or your standing against whatever, right? Like I am not condoning violence. I understand it and it is justified, right? But this show, we're not using this show to pick up
Fuck
arms.
no.
What I am saying is right. But what I am saying is, yeah, fucking, if you're in America, you're an American. You have fucking rights.
I would just say,
right?
buy arms to protect yourself, not to go out and do anything
Yeah.
crazy. And by buy arms, I mean a pistol. Like, I'm not saying go out and get fucking AR-14. Yeah, like don't do that. I'm just talking like be like Bond. Get yourself a nice Walther PPK. You know what I'm saying?
Just get something that's in your house to protect
Yes,
your
because
shit.
ever since Charlie was assassinated, and that's what I'm gonna call it, it's an assassination. Ever since he was assassinated, all these bearded, disgusting, I haven't taken a shower in a month looking dudes is just like, give us the word, man, give us the word, and we'll go door by door to do what needs to be done. And I was just like, you guys want permission from the president to actively go out and murder people. That's where we are.
Right. Right. Yeah, you like admit that you're racist. Admit that you hate, like, I
mean,
wish they would
let's
just
be real.
fucking
There's
say
also
it.
white on white crime now. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because,
Right.
oh, they're a liberal, I'm gonna shoot them. Like,
I mean, like, most crime is white on white. There's more of
Yeah.
those motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Statistically.
Yeah. Apparently our population has declined so badly now due to these immigration laws. So
Yeah.
the immigration, they said
Yeah.
by the time if there is a next election, every other country will have more newborn children than we do because of the immigration laws. And then people my age and younger just can't afford to have kids. I mean, that's part of it. We can't afford it, but also,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be real. Dating is a fucking minefield. You say or do the wrong thing, and
Yeah. I mean, that's another subject in of itself. Is I think the right was able to overtake us because the left got a little too fucking sensitive
I'll be real
and
with you.
soft.
Democrats, if they really want to come back, the first thing that needs to happen is Nancy gotta go. Like, Pelosi has got to fucking go.
I mean, look, like, this whole entire leadership needs to democratic leadership, air quotes, because where the fuck are they?
Exactly.
Right?
The only people I see out here saying anything are the same 4 people who are always out here saying shit, and that is Newsom, AOC, Warren, and fucking fuck, I forgot the last one. Bernie. Yeah, that's
Bernie.
it. Those are the only 4 people.
Yeah. And like, don't get me started on Elizabeth Warren. She was a plant. She fucked up the election.
Look, she's the only person trying to stop the fucking WB Paramount merger. Like, she is out here rallying motherfuckers, being like, yo, listen, let's put Trump on pause for a second because this shit here, that shit is dangerous. She's trying to stress how dangerous this merger is, and she is right.
Right, because it's all part of the same plan, right? Like, there's no difference between the Paramount WB acquisition and what's happening in the White House. It's all part of the same.
Yeah, because what happened to CBS?
thing.
CBS is leaning now more conservative, and that's what Ellison wants. That's what, if they get swallowed, if WB gets swallowed up, like, Dan Rather is now going around to all of his media friends, because Dan Rather has power, and he's using his power right now. He's like, do y'all motherfuckers not see, if Paramount eats up Warner Brothers, CNN is done. And he's like, we cannot fucking have that.
Yeah. Like, it is a scary fucking time, and we all let it happen.
I just realized part of the reason why Gotham got overtaken in The Dark Knight Rises is because the billionaires got comfortable and just took over and let the world go to shit. So when all the prisoners and Bane, who's a literal terrorist, took over, everybody cheered him on because the rich people were getting eaten. And I'm just like, damn, bro, fucking the rich people have now turned this country into a fucking shit show just so they could keep getting rich. And y'all motherfuckers are eating out of their hands, praising them, and just fucking believing every little fucking thing just because you hate your next door neighbor.
Right, like, all this to be said, fuck ABC.
Yeah. Everybody's like, cancel Hulu and Disney Plus, and I'm like, oh, nigga, I can't do that. I was like, I can't do that.
I mean, like, we
yo, I'm
gotta
sorry,
put
y'all.
on, right?
I
Like,
am sorry.
right.
Look, Disney and Hulu are not Paramount Plus. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right, yeah. And the only reason I fuck with Paramount Plus is because of The Daily Show, right? Like, that's because how the fuck do you watch The Daily Show? I don't know anybody who's got Comedy Central. Is that still a network?
Also, like, shit's getting so bad that now people are just like, I guess I'll just stick with Peacock, Netflix, and Criterion. And I was like, yeah.
So I love how Peacock wins by just like just sitting in the
I
cut.
would have never thought, even 6 years ago, that we'd all be like, oh, Comcast, they're cool. Like, Comcast is just Comcast,
right?
Like, Comcast was known for fucking us on our cable bills, and now we all look at Comcast. Right. We're like, well, at least y'all are fucking chill. Y'all stay out of it. Donna Langley is a woman of color running fucking Universal. That's how Universal got Nolan, is because Nolan was friends with Donna Langley. Hey, Chris, I'm so glad you're not at Warner Brothers right now, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah,
like you jumped ship right at the perfect time. They fucked you on Tenet, and you're just like, you know what? I'm out. And it wasn't even because they fucked him on Tenet. He left just because of the whole Project Popcorn shit, where he's just like, man, fuck y'all for that.
Man, remember the days when that was the worst thing that happened to media?
You know,
right? It's like they're releasing movies and on at home and in the theater at the same time.
You know,
yeah.
Here's my thing with that. Warner Brothers would probably not be under threat right now, or would have to merge with Discovery if that motherfucker did not do that shit. If he had done what everybody else was and like, yo, we're going to take this on a movie by movie basis. And this wasn't 2020. This was 2021, where things were starting to open back up slowly. Vaccines were out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Now I'm like, damn, if my career takes off, it looks like I'll be working strictly with Universal.
I mean, look, you gotta go where the fucking money is, man, and where it treats you right. Like, who would have thought that we would have been reminiscing about the good old days of a global pandemic? Because that shit was better.
And that shit happened under this nigga. That's what's crazy. It happened under the same nigga, and he is back.
Right.
Like, bro, RFK was on trial, and straight up, homie's like, do you think Trump should win a Nobel Peace Prize for Project Warp Speed? And he just goes, yes, absolutely. He's like, okay, you do realize Project Warp Speed was the rollout for the vaccination for COVID-19. He just goes, right.
All right, let's get to this.
One more thing before we get into our main review. All right, because we forgot to say this in the news.
Yeah.
Robert Redford, the God. Like, my man's.
Mr. Sundance himself.
That wouldn't be shit without Robert Redford. He is the creator of that. He is a legendary actor, known to be in some of the best motherfucking movies of all time, and arguably the best Marvel movie. Arguably,
I mean,
there's two movies people have said are the best Marvel movies. That is Black Panther, which is normally a lot of people's number one. That's like 90% of people's number one. And then number two is The Winter Soldier, which my man was in, and the only other one he was in was Endgame. So like, yo, listen, Robert Redford, a CV too long to list off because I don't want to denigrate him to fucking Marvel. But I mean, all the
Right.
President's Men, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, Jeremiah Johnson. You know what I'm saying? Fuck.
Yeah. Uh, uh, and uh, an underrated. He's in one of my favorite underrated Tony Scott films,
Okay.
Spy Game.
Sneakers is
Right?
good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Sneakers is
saying?
good. Right?
I forgot he played a scumbag in Decent
In what?
Proposal.
Oh, what? Oh, that's right. He was in
Yeah,
Decent
nigga, like, yo,
Proposal. Oh shit.
Woody Harrelson's a bitch in that movie. I don't care. Yo, you could come up to me, he's like, yo, I'll give you $1 billion if you let me have one night with your wife. No, nigga, like, that's my wife, man. There's a thing called Pandora's box, and there's a reason you don't open that box. And I have learned lately from other people and reading stories that once you open a certain box, like, going behind your spouse's back and having sex with your secretary, or hey, my boss, he's handsome, let's have an open relationship. There's no coming back from that shit. You know?
Yeah.
The Horse Whisperer, The Sting, one of the best motherfucking movies
I
ever.
forgot the
3 Days of
Sting.
the Condor. You know what I'm saying?
Like
Out of Africa shit, though.
all of these oh, yeah. I mean, all of these classic movies, right? Like he's had such a
Hell yeah.
long career that you forget some of the greatness that he's been in. Some of his greatest roles, right? He did
Hell
before
yeah, The
most of us were
Natural.
born.
The Great Gatsby. I wasn't alive for those. Like, my favorite Robert Redford movie is probably All the President's Men. Fucking All Is Lost. You would think that would be
Oh, that's one on the
fucking
boat?
boring. Like Robert Redford trapped
Right.
on a fucking raft, but that movie is amazing. Barefoot in the Park, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
River Runs Through It with the young Brad Pitt. You know? The Old Man and the Gun. I still have never seen Ordinary People. I guess I will fix that. I forgot this motherfucker was
Yeah.
in Pete's Dragon, aka the best live action Disney remake, because it's so different.
You know what? I still have to watch Pete Dragon. I'm going to watch that this
I'll
weekend
be
in
real
honor
with
of
you,
Robert
I've
Redford.
never seen the OG. I just know Pete's Dragon, the original, he can talk and he's animated versus him being, a live action CG creation. Quiz Show. Remember Quiz Show? That movie's fucking wild, yo.
Oh,
That
wow.
movie's wild.
Like so many roles.
The Candidate. I gotta rewatch that because that was crazy. Truth was a good movie. You know what I'm saying? Like,
What was his
that's a
last
good
movie?
question. Let's see. I think it might have been Endgame, dog. And if that is true, god damn, man, that sucks. I'm gonna be real. That fucking sucks. No offense to you,
I mean,
you,
look,
Marvel, but like that sucks that it's not like. And I'm not trying to denigate Marvel, but it just sucks that it's not a real movie.
yeah, I mean, look, it could have been worse.
So,
like his last movie could have been.
yeah, his last on-screen appearance is Endgame, and he did some voice work in a movie called Omniboat: A Fast Boat Fantasia. Some
okay.
animated film, but you know how those things go.
Mm.
And then I guess
Right,
his last real movie was for David Lowery. Shout out to David Lowery. It was Old Man and the Gun. That was a great movie. That was
still
that
haven't seen that.
motherfucker rules, bro. It stars him, Casey Affleck, Danny Glover, Tika Sumpter, Tom Waits, Sissy Spacek. Like, that was a good ass movie.
Yeah, let's put it on the list.
It's his last actual movie before the brief cameo he made in Endgame. R.I.P. 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 We just killed the club. All right, so let's get into this first movie. I'm gonna start because we're gonna start weak. and move a little stronger. The Lost Bus, an Apple original from Paul Greengrass, and this continues Apple's streak of making absolutely dog shit movies. This stars Matthew McConaughey and America Fiera. Matthew McConaughey just plays a fuck up, and they remind you every 10 minutes from the way everybody treats him. Because everybody just looks at him like, you're a piece of shit. He comes home to his son skipped school because he was sick. He's like, hey man, you can't miss school, you know? He's like, you're an asshole. I wish you were dead. I hate you.
What did this dude do?
It's a good question. I'm gonna be real with you. This movie was so bad, I was in and out. Like for about a good 15 minutes. Mind you, this movie's 2 hours and 10 minutes.
Does Paul Greengrass know how to make a movie under 2 hours? Wait, United 97.
Green Zone
I think that was the
short?
shortest one. I thought I love Green Zone, but
All
it
right, let
felt
me
long
Google
as
this
shit.
real quick. Yeah, look. I'm gonna bring up Green Zone is an hour 55. I'm gonna bring up Paul Greengrass's CV because I cannot remember the last time I actually liked a Paul Greengrass movie. Because damn, bro, the way he shoots the
don't even know.
wildfire in this is just fucking so bad, just so bad. I'm like, dude, this is. Oh, okay. All right. Look, I'll give him that. News of the World was good. Okay, News of the World. Remember, you know what I'm talking about? That came out during the pandemic.
Yeah.
Where Tom Cruise fucking accidentally adopts this little girl. It was a Western.
Yeah. I saw it. I'm looking at the CV too. I mean, honestly, that was his last. Before this, that was his last movie. So that was 5 years ago.
He has a movie coming out next year called The Rage. 22 July I haven't seen because that was before News of the World. Before that, it was Jason Bourne. Captain Phillips is decent.
Captain Phillips.
I'm not gonna say it's great. It's decent.
I mean, I love
Green Zone's cool.
Green Zone.
Born Ultimatum. It does the thing I hate where it takes place the same time as another entry. Like I hate that shit because it just makes it confusing and unnecessary. Like it wasn't until like the last 15 minutes where you're like, wait, this took place the same exact time as the last one. What the fuck, y'all?
Yeah, I don't want to have to do math or plot a course. Like I don't want to be the dude in a conspiracy movie with the shit on the walls with the red string to figure out how this movie fucking works. This all these franchises work. I just want to watch the fucking movie.
Saw did that, and that's what killed Saw is because it was like, oh yeah, Saw 4 takes place at the same time as Saw 5. Saw 6 takes place, a little after 4 and a little during 5. 10 takes place.
10 takes place.
That I don't mind because I'm like, all right, at least there's a timeline there where if a movie takes place between two entries, I'm like, okay, I can track that. I can fucking track that. But when shit's happening at the same time, also I feel cheated because now I feel like I'm paying to watch a different perspective of shit I've already seen. Like, oh yeah, y'all didn't get the full story, so we're gonna tell you the full story now. There's some gaps.
Right. But like the gaps never make it worth it, right? Like the shit they're doing never makes it like, oh well, yeah.
Yeah, but The Lost Bus is based on a true story. It takes place in this town called Paradise. It's based on the 2018 fire that happened, and it's called The Lost Bus because my man's Matthew McConaughey has to pick up a bus full of kids and transport them to a safety zone. So he's driving through a wildfire with a bus full of kids.
Is he a bus driver?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And even his boss treats him like shit. Like, you're asking for more shifts and you're new here and there's other dependable, reliable people. You can't even keep up maintenance on your bus.
Sure. Okay. Cool. Look. Fuck.
Yo.
Has Blumhouse? Yeah, I'm trying to think that they've had to do
Yeah, they did. They
something
did.
that wasn't.
One of my favorite movies ever made. It's the
Yeah?
best movie by Damien Chazelle, even though people swear La La Land's his best.
Oh, you mean Rocket Man?
Oh, I
Not
love
Rocket
that
Man,
movie too. That movie fucking
f-
rules.
right.
No, Whiplash. Whiplash
Oh,
is
yeah,
still his
yeah,
best
yeah,
movie.
yeah.
Sorry, y'all.
Is
Yep.
that a Blumhouse? Shit.
But also,
Okay.
Whiplash is
Okay.
a
Alright.
pseudo horror. Yeah,
It's a horror movie.
That's a
Wait,
pseudo horror
yeah,
movie.
Yeah, like Whiplash is
let's
a
be
horror
real.
film. Yeah. It's a horror movie. Yeah, that's
Yeah, this motherfucker is too long, y'all. Too long. Like the person running the screening, as soon as the credits started, he was the first one out. He left us all behind. That nigga ran out of there, and I was the second person out. And he looked behind me just to see who was walking behind him. And he was out. And I was just like, damn, bro, you're supposed to make sure everything's good and we all leave. And you ran out of that motherfucker. I talked to a couple of people afterhand before him who were at the screening, and they were just like, wow, that was a piece of shit this morning, huh? And I was like, yes, it was. Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Yeah, so I cannot wait to ignore Matthew McConaughey versus a forest fire. That seems like a great
I
movie.
came.
Hey, look. I'm glad he got
Came to
paid.
find out, his son in the movies actually played by his real life son.
Oh, that's
Also,
cool,
his mom.
I
Okay,
guess.
I'm looking up the credits now. Matthew McConaughey's mom plays his fucking mom in the movie because his mom's also a minor character. I thought that was just an actress they found, an older woman.
Wow. You know what? Good for Matthew McConaughey.
He's
Good,
getting his family
he
SAG
pu-
cards.
He look. He
Yo.
look. He pulled a fucking Adam Sandler.
Yo.
Good for him.
Yo.
Good for him.
Also produced by Jason Blum. This Paul Greengrass wrote and co-wrote this with Brad Inglesby, who also produced this. Let me look up Brad Inglesby real quick before we move on. And I'm looking at this dude's CV right now, and yeah. The best thing he's written has been Mayor of Easttown and Task. Everything
Okay.
else, like I'm looking at his CV right now, and everything else has been yikes.
All right. So what's the? I mean, what are the movies?
Out of the Furnace, which I know you like. Run All Night.
Oh, yeah.
That's the Liam. Yeah.
Yeah.
American Woman,
Yeah.
which was not good.
I don't even remember.
Yeah, that was the
American
movie
Woman.
with Sienna Miller, Christina Hendricks, Aaron Paul that came and went. Directed by Ridley Scott's son, Jake, our friend. I can't. Oh yeah, this movie. Another biography movie starring Jason Segel, Dakota Johnson, and Casey Affleck.
Is it the one about the writer?
It's based on a true story. Let me see if it was about a writer. Yeah, the journalist. The Way Back, which was the only thing that makes that movie outstanding is Ben Affleck and his performance in that motherfucker. Then it's Mayor from Easttown. I haven't seen Echo Valley, so I can't comment on that. I know that's an Apple thing.
Oh yeah, no, that's Apple. I haven't heard anything good or bad about that show.
All right. Well, it's the movie. It's the movie that came out earlier this year.
Oh well, with what's her face?
Yep, and
Julianne Moore,
America's
right?
favorite white woman right now.
Oh, so Sydney Sweeney. Yeah.
And then Task and The Lost Bus. Look,
Sure.
it seems like this dude works for miniseries rather than movies.
Yeah, like and look, sometimes you're a long form
and
motherfucker.
he's a long form
right?
motherfucker because goddamn does this shit. This shit is terrible, bro. I got nothing else to say other than yikes. Jamie Lee Curtis is also a producer on this.
No, Blumhouse. Right?
I guess. Has Jamie Lee Curtis? Oh yeah, that's right. Those Halloween movies were Blumhouse joints. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So I think she's firmly in
yeah.
that camp.
Sorry, Paul. This was a swing and a miss. Like I don't know what happened here. Like even your direction is fucking terrible in this.
I know what happened. Fucking mortgage.
This drops this weekend in theaters, and then October 3rd hits Apple TV Plus.
Okay. Well,
Let me know. You know what,
I'll
Jeff? Why
catch it.
don't you give it a watch once it hits Apple TV Plus in 2 weeks?
Yeah. Yeah. I will.
2
I
hours and
definitely
10 minutes,
'cause,
baby.
I mean, it's gonna take me 4 days to watch it.
Yo, this shit has 84% on Rotten Tomatoes, dog.
I mean, man, what do you want me to
God
say?
damn, nigga.
What
Like,
do you want
god
me to say?
damn.
It's it was Matthew McConaughey. You know, he carries a lot of weight. You know, some people will like a movie just because he's in it.
Woo! The Lost Bus, baby. Woo! That's all I can say is just woo.
Lost Bus.
Sorry,
There
y'all.
you
I
go.
keep being a little snotty. I'm on that back end of a cold. I was sniffing all Tuesday night, and on top of me being drunk and just sniffing, everybody thought I was on coke, and I'm just like, no, I'm just sick and drunk is all, y'all. Like, all right, let's move on. I'm gonna do one more before Jeff gets into his because this we need to talk about. Spinal Tap 2: The End Continues. It is 90 minutes exactly. Do I hate it? No. Do I think it's good? Not particularly. There were a few jokes I laughed at, like, you know, especially like the last 10 minutes. That shit is fucking hilarious. But like otherwise, my question is why now? Like, why now? Like, the original has entered the pantheon of being one of the best mockumentaries ever made because people really do think Spinal Tap is a real band. And I'm just like, guys, y'all, god damn, y'all.
I mean, look, they're doing it now before anybody dies.
I mean, it's good to see them all. Like, it's
and
good to see Harry Shearer, Rob Reiner, Michael McKean. Damn, why am I blanking on the other dude's name? That's disrespectful of me. I'm sorry, man. But you know where I'm getting at.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's good. It's good to see old friends get together and
Christopher
hang out.
Guest.
That's cool.
There you go.
Yeah. But comedy sequels rarely work,
Yeah, and this
right?
barely
And especially
works.
and like especially something that Spinal Tap came out what
Dog,
40
I
years
wasn't
ago,
even born when the first one came out.
right? So like yeah, so I mean, you talk more about it. Let me
Lots
look
of
up when
cameos. I'll say
when the
that.
first
Lots
one
of
came out.
cameos. Some work, some don't. But like this, look, I will say more than anything, I appreciate that this came from a place of love, but it was also me and 2 other people in this motherfucker. That's it. This movie came out in 2,000 theaters over the weekend and only made $1.5 million. That's almost $300 per theater.
Well, here's the thing. No one knew about it. They didn't try to sell this
The
thing
only
at fucking
reason I knew
all.
about it is because I go to the movies a lot and I saw the trailer. Otherwise, I got invited to a press screening, but that was too little too late. Like the press screening was Monday at 8 p.m. and I got the invite like Friday at 8 p.m. and I'm like, I'm already working. God damn.
Right. Well, the only reason I knew that it existed was our boy Matt mentioned it during our screening of Eddington, right? Because you're like, I gotta go, I gotta get the Tap screening. I was like, oh, you seen you like what's going on? It's like, oh yeah, they're screening like
4K remaster of the original. Yeah.
4K remaster of the original in anticipation of this new one, the new one that's coming out. I was like, oh, there's a new one coming out. That's how I found out.
Apparently, the re-release of the 4K remaster before Criterion put it out, it was like a Fathom event, and it happened on for a whole week as a Fathom event. That week release did better than this sequel, which is a lot of things. That's a lot of things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I bet people who would have loved to have gone to the movies and seen this sequel didn't go just because they didn't know it existed.
That, and I just think,
I mean, it's not good. It's like it's fine. It can be not good,
This will
right?
hit like like whatever streaming service you have. So like let's say Jeff, it's 8 o'clock at night and you're like, man, I want to watch something easy. You're gonna put this on, you'll watch it on streaming, and then once the movie's over, you'll be like, oh, that was nice, that was pleasant. Like I'm not mad at it.
Right.
But then also 4 days later, you'll tell somebody that somebody will ask you, like, hey, did you see the Spinal Tap sequel? He's like, yeah. Don't really remember much.
Right.
Yeah.
Can't tell you anything about it. Uh, and sometimes
Right.
that's
And that's what
fine.
this movie is. It's just like a hangout with old friends. You're just like, "Oh, that's what you guys
Yeah.
been up to? Cool.
It's
See you later."
I, like I'm not mad that it got made. I'm not mad that it got released. Like it is what it is. Like I'm glad they
Yeah,
were able to
look,
pull it off. Well, not pull it
look,
off, do it.
I used the A-list reservation, brought in a whole bag of Jacob's
Right.
pickles full of food and beer. Nobody stopped me. You know what I'm saying? Had loaded fries, a chicken
Yeah.
Caesar salad wrap.
Yeah. Like you
Yeah,
enjoyed
exactly,
your day.
exactly. Do the one I did a cardinal sin during this movie though. I got
What'd you do?
bored at a part. Mind you, the movie's only an hour and a
Uh,
half exactly. I got bored at a part and I was like, you know what?
right.
Let me check my emails real quick.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh, that's an indictment on this movie, right? Like, I mean, I get it, but like, I'll check my phone if I'm at home, right? If it goes off in the theater, I'll see who's calling and I'll put it right down to see if it's important. But but this movie was that boring that you were like, and you like you said, you were one of
3.
two people
Yeah.
or three people, yeah.
And the
So
way the
like,
theater's set up, there's
it's
dividers between each row. So you can't really see
oh,
what the
so
person in front of you is.
so you weren't fucking up anybody today. It's fine.
Yo,
That's fine.
I laughed a lot at the beginning, and then the jokes died. And then there comes a part where
Right.
they're trying to find a new drummer because the running joke for both movies is that if you play in Spinal Tap, you die. So they're trying to find a new
Right.
drummer. And the auditions were fucking insane. I was like, this is not funny, but I appreciate the humor. And then it got funny again once the cameos for the drummer started. So they get Questlove on the phone, and Questlove's like, I don't know, guys, I'm pretty busy right now. You guys are legends. Like, I appreciate you considering me. And then it
Mhm.
cuts to Chad Smith, and Chad Smith's like, you guys know I'm doing the Chili Peppers. They're like, yeah, you don't have to leave. Like, we just want you for this one-off gig. And he's just like, I have the perfect person. Do you guys know Lars Ulrich
Uh,
from Metallica? And then it cuts to Lars. Lars is
that's
wearing a big ass gold
that's
chain and a backwards hat, and I'm like, "Damn, Kendrick really got to you, son." And they're just like, he's just like, "Yeah, guys, you guys know I'm in Metallica, right?" And they're like, "Yeah, we're not asking you to leave Metallica. Like, we want you to be part of Metallica. We're just asking you for this one-off gig." And he's just like, "Oh, okay, yeah. Look, we're in the middle of recording an album, and like, I'm just busy, but I have the perfect drummer for you. Do you guys know the Red Hot Chili Peppers? There's this guy named Chad."
uh, it's look, see, and that's a funny joke, right? That's a cute joke.
And then at the end, when the concert really happens, I was really into it. Like, I was like, oh man, they're performing all the songs. And when it got to Stonehenge, I don't want to spoil
Right.
it, but a music legend comes on stage and performs Stonehenge with them. And it leads, at the end of
Yeah.
that performance, it leads to the best joke where that performer it just ends with, fuck you, Spinal Tap.
Look, I'll be like, look, I'm gonna watch this in a week when it hits whatever service because
Oh shit.
come on, let's be
Oh
serious.
shit.
This shit's gonna be in the streaming
I
in a
feel
week.
I do feel bad. I was like, worse movies have done better. This motherfucker made a
Right.
million and a half on 2,000 screens, dog.
If your movie gets beat by Five Nights at Freddy's, right?
Oh,
Like
yo,
you gotta
by
feel
the
some kind of
way,
way.
they had no idea who was coming to see this movie because the trailers ran the gamut. Like, I was having
Yeah.
whiplash watching these trailers. I'm like, bro, what the fuck is going on? Like,
Look, they didn't. That's also a thing. They don't know who to, they can't even put the right trailers in because they don't know who to sell this movie to, right? Like they had no idea who was like who they just made it, right? And I appreciate that. There was no like there was no target audience bullshit,
Yo,
right? They just made it to make it.
yo.
You can tell if they didn't know
Oh
what to
man.
do with this movie when the trailers are like, all right, here's a kids movie
Oh, Jesus
and
Christ.
here's a fucking Dario Argento
Oh my
a
God.
re-release, right? Like
Yeah.
it's yeah.
So, Jeff, you go ahead and get into yours. I'm gonna blow my nose real quick.
All right, no problem. I had a chance to watch a independent film called Plainclothes, directed by a uh a Nichols fellow by the name of Cameron Emmi. And this is, it's billed as a thriller, but it's also a romance. Um, it's it's really intense, right? And it's also really fucking sad because it's based on true events, right? So it's about a undercover cop in the 90s whose whole entire assignment is to entrap gay men so they can be like arrested for
Damn, that's
indecent
fucked up.
exposure, right? So right, and this shit they like this shit happened. I was talking to the director. This shit happened all the way up until 2019.
Are you serious?
Right? Yeah,
Damn.
dog.
Damn.
Right?
Like
Yeah. So like
let me ask you real quick before you continue. Did you watch the Charlie
yeah,
Sheen documentary?
not
Okay,
yet.
so
I was gonna save it.
when we talk about that, we're gonna talk about something that's revealed at the end of part 2, where I was surprised, but then you think about it, I was just like, oh yeah, okay.
I mean, like I heard that like he did some gay shit. So,
Yo,
good for
listen,
him.
Tom
The
Hardy even
machine.
said, he's like, yo, listen, every man should have at least one experience with another man. And I was like, Tom, if that's how you feel, cool, but like that's just not for me, man.
Yeah, yeah. Look, let's never yuck anyone's yum. Love is love. All
Oh
that
yeah, yeah,
other
yeah. Yo, listen,
shit.
I'm not prejudiced. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no. But like, look, some things. Look, I don't like chocolate ice cream. I'm not gonna shit on anybody who loves chocolate ice cream. It's just
Not for me. Yeah.
what I
Yeah, it's
like. What?
personal
It's not for me.
preference.
Uh, personal preference, or I mean, not really personal preference because it's genetic, but still, right? I'm, all right. A better analogy is I can eat peanuts.
Can't eat
Some
peanuts. Yeah,
motherfuckers
my
can't
brother
eat
can't eat
peanuts,
peanuts.
right? So, just the way you're born. So yeah, so it's about this undercover cop who like his whole entire unit, they just hang out in malls and try to get like gay men to
And do
come into the
favors.
bathroom and like try get them to like expose themselves in the pretense that they think they're gonna get some, and then they get arrested. Um, and so the undercover cop falls in love with one of his suspects, right? And it's this whole entire love story. He's trying to hide the fact that he's right. Where it's like, yeah, it was like I don't know what's going to happen, but it's not going to be good. And I don't want to ruin the end for anybody, but I did not see the fucking end coming, and it was fucking wild. So this I really enjoyed this movie. It's getting a limited release in New York on the 19th of September. Then it's going to do a slow rollout LA, and then it's going to go wide in October. But for queer cinema, right? Because and I'm just not saying this like any sort of specific cultural movies. Sometimes they'll miss the mark, right? With wider audiences. All right. I think this movie, you know, is going to hit for people who just like film, right? It's not queer specific, but it's about the queer experience. Yeah. Yeah. So, Plainclothes, I liked it a lot.
All right. I'll give that a watch.
Oh yeah. By the way, we got I did a quick interview with the director, so that'll be at the end
All
of this
right.
episode.
Who's the distributor on it?
I want to say
Okay. All right.
Vertical.
Well, I will give it a watch
Yeah.
when I can.
Yeah.
So, let's I guess now I'll do a let's do Demon Slayer. So, Demon Slayer,
Right.
this literally picks up, and I mean literally picks up the second the show ends, because the show ends on a cliffhanger. And this is Demon Slayer Infinity Castle, and it's called Infinity Castle because that is where the show ends. The demon world takes place in the Infinity Castle. So the entire Demon Slayer core has been brought to the Infinity Castle by the head demon, and they are trapped there. And now the Demon Slayer core, now because they're trapped there, their goal now is just to kill the head Demon Slayer. And the first 20 minutes are some of the hardest shit I've ever seen in an anime, because they waste no time with these fights. Like, the fights I'm just like, you. And then the movie slows down. And for the next 2.5 hours, there are a lot of flashbacks. Too many. And they start fleshing out characters from the show, where I was just like, bro, y'all should have did this in the show. And this movie's 2.5 hours. And I was just like, I understood this was a part 1, but the fact that this is a 2.5 hour part 1 with this many flashbacks that slows down the pace, I don't understand why y'all just didn't do a 5th and final fucking season of the show.
Yeah, like because money, right? They know, because it was one of the top grossing movies.
It was number
right?
1. It's the highest grossing anime
So, like,
in America ever. Open to $70 million.
Yeah, so that's why they didn't do a 5th season.
Now we gotta wait
money.
2 more years for part 2. And I'm like, why didn't y'all motherfuckers have this ready to go? Like, part 2 should be coming out next year, bro.
Yeah, especially since they knew it was going to be a part 2, right? Like, I get waiting a couple of years for a sequel when they were like, all right, well, we didn't know if we were going to get a chance to do it. So, we had other things on our plate, we're taking our time. But yeah, like you said, if this is a fucking plan for part 2, yeah, give it a year. Actually, give it 6 months.
It just sucks that this movie has made so much money in Japan that it is going to overtake Spirited Away as the biggest anime film of all time in Japan. I'm just like, nah, son. I love Demon Slayer. Like, this shit rules, but there's no way Miyazaki, the god, should be disrespected in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, but like, Miyazaki makes art, right? Like, he makes films. This is a movie, right?
Studies have been shown that if you watch a Studio Ghibli film, your stress levels come down significantly.
Yeah, I believe it.
Which is wild, because his movies are sad as shit. Like, if you want to wallow in melancholy, you put on a fucking Studio Ghibli film. You ever see Grave of the Fireflies?
Yeah, but that was actually one of the first. Because Grave of the Fireflies came out when I was graduating high school.
God damn, nigga.
Right? I think, didn't it come out like 97, 98?
I don't know, but my boss, he loves Miyazaki, and he's never seen that movie, and he went to go see it in theaters.
Oh, never mind. That came out in 88.
Yeah,
never mind.
Yeah. So
I was still in.
So my boss, he loves Miyazaki. He went to go see that in theaters because I was talking about Demon Slayer to him. He's like, yeah, I love Miyazaki, and they've been playing a lot of Miyazaki movies in theaters, and I've been trying to go see them all because I've never seen, Miyazaki in theaters. I was like, yeah, I get it. You know what I mean? He went to see Grave of the Fireflies blind. And I was just like, you made a huge mistake. He's just like, I've never walked out of a movie more depressed in my life. And I was like, yeah, yeah. There's only one movie that's sadder than that. And I recommended it to somebody because somebody's like, Brandon, I want to watch a movie that's wholesome for the whole family. My family likes older black and white movies. And I was like, oh, okay. Okay. I was like, there's a movie called Make Way for Tomorrow. Watch that one.
Okay.
Make Way for Tomorrow is literally the saddest movie ever made. It's about this older couple. It's based off a novel, and the novel is one of the best novels ever written. But it's about an older couple whose kids cannot take care of them because life has gone on and they have their own shit to deal with. So you're just watching them struggle
Right.
as old people in a modern world. Came out in 1930.
Yep. Nope.
It's so,
Don't
you know
want to
how
see that.
sad it is? It's been described by Orson Welles as, all right, yeah. Make Way for Tomorrow came out in 1937. Been described by Orson Welles as a movie that would make a stone cry.
Yeah, that is. I mean, honestly, that is a very fucking amazing review. Right?
From
Description.
Orson Welles, of all people, a
Right.
noted fucking asshole.
Right. But yeah, so if you made fucking Orson Welles feel feelings, yeah, nah. That's I
The
can
novel,
I can do without that. That's fine.
the novel is called The Years Are So Long.
Oh man, even the title of that book is fucking depressing.
Yeah, hey, look, when they made it into a movie, they made the right choice to call it Make Way for Tomorrow, because Make Way for Tomorrow sounds like, oh, some retro futuristic, you know
Right.
what I mean?
It's like sound like
And
progress is on the move.
well, my coworker came back to me. He's like, my parents couldn't stop fucking crying, man. Why the fuck would you recommend me that movie? I was just like,
What? No, that's bonding, right? They bonded. They all felt the same emotions in the same time.
yo,
That's
listen, it's one of the best movies ever made. Also, listen, it was also adapted by one of our greatest filmmakers called Tokyo Story. There's a movie called Tokyo Story, which is basically like the Japanese version of this.
right.
And it was done by, oh man, what's my man's name? Uh
Kurosawa?
no, Ozu. I just
Oh,
can't pronounce his first name. Ozu, everybody knows Ozu. Yasushiro Ozu. He adapted it.
okay.
And yeah, people consider this movie a masterpiece. And I was just like, it's great, but it's not Make Way. Like, yo, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to denegate. Like, I don't fucking come at me, y'all. Like, this movie's great. It is one of the best movies ever made, but it ain't Make Way for Tomorrow, baby.
Right. Like, look, it just hits different.
Make Way for Tomorrow is
all right. Well, I'm gonna take your word for it
now you should
because
watch it. You should watch
I
it.
don't have health insurance, and so I can't go to the therapist
I'm
afterwards.
sorry. I messed up. In Make Way for Tomorrow, I said there was 2 kids. It's actually
Right.
5. I forgot. It was
Oh,
5 kids, and none of the 5 kids can
not
look after.
nary one of them. Nary one of them can fucking spend the time to fucking take care of your parents that brought you into the world.
Yeah, so like, yo, look, my point being, Grave of the Fireflies is only a step down from that on the level of sadness. He was just like, my boss was just like, that was a hell of a reveal, but damn, was that fucking depressing. I did not see that shit coming. I was just like, yeah, but when you watch it again, the signs are there. The signs are there. I don't want to spoil it for you, but the Grave of the Fireflies follows 2 very young children after the atomic bombs were dropped.
I think everyone can put it together, but you know what? Let them watch. Let them watch.
So, with that said, it just sucks that Demon Slayer is overtaking Miyazaki is all. Like I'm back to that point. Like
I mean,
like
look.
I like this, right? But not enough to recommend to people cuz I'm like, dog, it's too fucking long. There's too many flashbacks, and you're trying to tell me there's still 2 more movies.
Right. Look, I'm glad a movie is it subtitled or is it dubbed?
Both.
Oh, what? Oh, so you could pick the version you want?
Yeah. So there's a
Okay.
English dub, and the English dub, I've noticed ever since the rise of streaming, everybody has been choosing to see Japanese subtitles like I have. So the
Right.
Japanese subtitles have been selling out, and then if you wanna see it, like, really, the only way to see it is the English dubbed, because those screenings are, like, half full,
Gotcha.
even though
Gotcha.
they're still pretty packed. Because I saw it in Japanese with the subtitles.
Yeah. I mean, uh, I need to read anyway, right? Like the way they do sound mixing now and everything like that, I constantly have closed
Yep,
captioning on.
I was thinking about that between, like, The Lost Bus and, After the Hunt. I'm like, the sound mixing on movies today is terrible because 'cause y'all make everything important except for the dialogue.
Right.
Like, the
100
dialogue
fucking
should
percent.
be the loudest fucking thing and not the score, the sound effects, the background noise,
Right.
people eating in the diner.
Yeah. So I'm so accustomed to it. So now when I go to a real movie, I'm just like, I wish they would put the words on the screen so I
I
can
mean,
know what's
Jeff, it's so bad now that every theater offers at least 1 showtime a day where you can have open captions on screen.
look, I'm for it. I'm for it. So, with that being said, I would prefer to watch the the Japanese subtitle ones because a you were getting the real intention of the dialogue. Have you ever you want a wild experience? Watch a English dubbed foreign film with the closed captioning
Oh,
on.
yeah, yeah,
That,
that's what I've been doing with Demon Slayer, and the
that shit don't
dialogue and the
that,
captions are totally different.
right.
Intent's
100
still the same, but
right.
totally different.
Yeah. So but yeah, so uh watching the Japanese subtitle version does not bother me at all.
Yeah, man, I mean, from walking out, the first thing I thought was, you can tell this was supposed to be a whole season of a
Right.
show done in a 2.5-hour fucking movie. Like, it's insane to me that y'all had this, like, the main demon they fight in this movie, he's been in the show since the first season.
Right.
Or no, excuse me, he was introduced in the second season where it takes place on the train.
Uh-huh.
And I was just like, we're just now coming back to this character. Spoiler, I don't really give a fuck. They finally kill him in this
Right.
movie. I'm not going to say how because I'm just like, well, that's kind of cheap, y'all. They don't even really get to beat him.
Okay.
But he finally dies. And even I was just like, this character who's been in this shit for now 4 seasons in a movie, y'all decided now to give us his 20-minute backstory through a flashback.
Right. And then unceremoniously kill him off, right? Yeah, so like what was the point?
I mean, I knew people were gonna die because like we're at the end of this shit, and trust me, some of your favorite characters are gone by the end of this, but there's still there's still 2 more movies. So somebody's letterbox review, which I loved. It said their review just said Demon Slayer: Infinity Flashbacks.
Honestly, that feels like Mission Impossible, you know? Like is half that movie's fucking flashbacks too.
Hey, look, and just as cartoonish, because again, somehow Ethan survived being 15,000 feet under the Arctic Ocean without a suit that we spent 15 minutes going over, being like, hey, you do this, you're gonna die. You're gonna do this wrong, you die. You do this wrong, you die. And he still somehow survived. So I mean,
Right. Yeah.
fuck me. You know what I mean?
And look, I could have suspended disbelief if everything else had worked, right? Like I'm willing to suspend disbelief on these like on the series now. Not like if it was De Palma's film, right? I was like, no, I'm not letting you get away with this shit, right? Because that's just a better filmmaker. But like what we've come to now, if everything else had fired on all cylinders, I would have forgiven the the ice bath.
I mean, look, man, critics have loved these reckoning movies, but the general consensus from normal people have been, oh yeah, these last two have been dog shit, and the franchise ended at Fallout.
Yeah, I mean they phoned this in. They 100% phoned it in.
My thing is, even Christopher McQuarrie admitted, he's just like, yeah, we had to completely start over once Dead Reckoning came out just because of the response from the general audience. And I was just like, okay, all right. That's
Yeah,
why this is the last one, because y'all fucked up on the last one. And instead of just, sticking to your guns, you're just like, all right,
yeah,
let's make this the last one and make it incoherent, even though the last one was incoherent. Like a lot, like, yo, bro, I thought it was just us.
mhm,
Everybody I've talked to who's not a film critic and is just a cinephile hates the choice. Like people online, all over any social media platform, they're like, "What the fuck was up with the retconning of the IMF with the choice? What the fuck was that?" And I was just like, "Okay, all
yeah,
right,
mhm,
all
yeah.
right."
Like and just gonna breathe. You know what? It's not. This is not about that movie.
Yeah,
So
look,
yeah, yeah.
I still have no idea who Gabriel is. Spent fucking 7 hours with this motherfucker. Still have no clue who he is, what he
This dude
means
had
to
two
Ethan.
flashbacks. We see him both movies with a fucking flashback, right? Who is this bitch that he killed?
Who is he? Who's the woman? Yeah.
Right? Like, ugh. All
Yeah,
right,
man. All
all
right.
right.
Let's move on to my final solo review, which is going to be very short because the written review, which is up on thefilmblurds.com under reviews, you can read it now. After the Hunt, Luca Guadagnino's After the Hunt. For the movie itself, it premiered at TIFF, which is the
Mm,
Toronto International Film Festival, and people hated it. Going into this, it was packed. Like, it was so packed because I signed up for the first screening, and then the publicist emailed me back. They're like, "Yeah, the first two screenings are completely packed. Do you mind going to the
mm,
third one?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." She's like, "Thank you for being flexible. We'll try to, because you're being so flexible, we're gonna try and push you through for the junket." I was like, "Cool."
mm.
Uh, got an email the night before. They're like, "Please show up because it's overbooked." And I was like, "Oh fuck." And it was like there was not an empty seat.
Okay.
Um, Talking to people after it, and like when the movie was over, I was just like, "What's the problem here?
Mm,
What's the problem here?" And talking to people afterwards, it seems like we're all like, "What the fuck was up with everybody who went to the festivals to see this?" Uh, First off the bat, this movie gives you no clear answers. Okay, like what I got out of it, I was talking to people about it,
mm,
and even Christian Harloff was there. Christian goes, "Well, I thought this happened." And I was just like, "Damn, I didn't even think about that." But I was sticking to my guns and he was sticking to his guns. That's what
mm.
this movie's gonna be. It's gonna be that type of movie. And I think this opens up some very difficult conversations that we should all be having, quite frankly.
I mean, I love a movie like that. I love a movie that lives outside the theater, right?
Yeah.
That, causes people to actually engage and process and think, like the thing that good art is supposed to do.
Like, my only beef with this movie is that it's too fucking long. Like, it's 2 hours and 13 minutes, and I'm like, "Bro, this did not need to be this long," especially since there's 3 points where I thought it was over.
Mm,
But with that said, we really should be talking about privilege and power because that's what this movie is. It's about privilege and power on everybody's side.
mm.
Like, every character uses their privilege and power and how they wield it, and again, this is going to lead into a lot of conversations. Look,
I mean, it should lead into some conversations, but uh, some people may not want to engage. Like the people who may need to engage, right? Who might see themselves in this movie more than they would like. Those are the people this is probably for.
everything in this is deliberate. Like, he uses the Woody Allen font.
Okay,
That's deliberate.
that's enough said. I get you.
Yeah. Look,
Yeah. Okay. All right.
that also pissed off a lot of people at the festivals where they're like, "What the fuck?" And I'm just like, because when the movie opens, it starts with the Woody Allen font, and it says like, Amazon presents, and then the title card comes up. Before the title card comes up, it just says, "It happened at Yale," and I was just like, "Oh fuck." The music, the score by Trent and Atticus, sounds like it's from a Woody Allen film, but it sounds like a Woody Allen score curdled. It was left out and curdled and got rotten.
Actually, this sounds like I would love this movie because I do not fuck with Woody Allen.
I like a few of his movies, but also I remember right before the allegations about this guy started coming out, I remember for the first time seeing Manhattan. And I remember once that movie was done, I was just like, it's a beautiful looking movie. Performances are fantastic, well made. Like, he directed his ass off, but also this is a movie about a 40-year-old man having a relationship with an 18-year-old. Even I was just like, why do y'all consider this one of the best fucking movies ever made? This is insane.
Yeah. And like here's the thing. When I say I don't fuck with Woody Allen, I don't think he's the greatest comedic auteur that's ever walked the earth. I have enjoyed the rare Woody Allen film. When I say I don't fuck with Woody Allen, it's because of the fact that he fucked his girlfriend's adopted daughter and then married her. Right? Like, and all the other uh if you haven't watched the documentary that was on HBO about the shit, you should. It was like it's from Mia's perspective of all the shit that happened in their relationship. I think it was called Woody and Mia or something like that. But the shit that we don't talk about is just as bad as the shit we do. But
Again,
anyway,
my full review is on thefilmblurds.com. And I'm just gonna end this by saying that fuck you to that Italian reporter, because that was fucked up.
in the movie or in real life?
So you didn't see that junket that was going around on social media?
No.
So the junket that this happened, it was Andrew, Julia, and Io. They're all sitting there. And this is her first question from this Italian reporter. She goes, "Hey, so this is for Andrew and Julia. Do you think the Black Lives Matter movement and the Me Too movement are still important talking points?" And they both look at each other like,
Yeah, okay.
"This
So
is
I
for
do
us." And then Io jumped in and is like, "Wait, hold on, excuse me. Before y'all say your answers, can I just please give my opinion on this first?" And I was just like, that's the first person who should be answering this shit.
right. I mean the Italians are notoriously racist. I mean, like it's documented. Uh sorry. Sorry. I love an Italian, right? But I'm just saying, like, Italians,
I mean,
kind of
American
racist.
Italians too. American
Right.
Italians suck too. Look,
Uh
um, again, this is a movie where I'm just like, there's a lot of things we need to be talking about. And as the movie says, as Julia Roberts says in the movie, not everything should make you feel comfortable.
right. So I mean, so I think they would respect the fact that you go in with some questions that maybe not uh or I wouldn't consider them edgy, but maybe piss off some people, right? Because you
And I'm
wouldn't
not trying
come
to
at
be edgy. I'm just
right.
trying to get perspectives because
Right.
again, me as a black male, there's only so much I can say about certain things in this movie. And that's
Right.
why I really want to talk to another woman about this specifically. Like I've talked to some women about this, but I would like to sit down and have a conversation specifically with women about this fucking movie.
When does it hit?
Limited October 10th, wide October 17th. I think this movie is good. I really like this movie. Do I think it's great? No. But the fact that it got shitted on the way it did, really, it's disappointing. I'll be real with you. It really is disappointing.
But so let me guess the gender of most of the people who were shitting on it.
I
Is
haven't
it
read
split?
the I haven't I've only seen a few reactions and
Right.
at Rotten Tomatoes, when it premiered, it was at 34%. Since it's been screening, it has now risen to 50%. And I'm just like, this is disappointing. One of my favorite critics is a co-host with one of my all times is Sean Fennessy, and his co-host for their show called The Big Picture. He co-hosts that with Amanda Dobbins. Amanda went to Venice.
Right.
She saw After the Hunt. She liked it.
Yeah. So I can already see that women are going to like.
Well, I don't want to even speak for all women because I did see a few negatives from women, and I'm just like, that's how you feel, all right? Like this is one of those movies where I'm like, that's how you feel, just because this is there's certain things where you're stepping in a landmine, my friend. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm saying, don't say all women are gonna like this.
No. But I'm gonna say just like we didn't expect women to vote for Trump after all that shit. Like people sometimes do things that are not in their best interest. But yeah, so I'm not gonna say all women, right? But I'm gonna say, uh, from what you've told me, I know nothing about this movie, right? From what you've told me, uh, this might be a film that leans heavily on the side of of women enjoying this more than men. That's all. Not enjoying, but like engaging with it.
I've never heard of the screenwriter before.
Uh-huh.
Is written by a woman named Nora Garrett. I've never heard of her before. I don't know anything else she's written, but I mean, I hope she writes more.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to it.
So the movie opens with a metronome, right? It sounds like a ticking clock. You know a metronome, right?
Yeah, I play piano and violin. Yeah.
Opens with that, and then there comes a pivotal moment in the movie where it gets silent, and you hear that again, just tick, 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 and then near the climax of the movie, you hear it again, tick, tick, tick. I'm very, very interested to hear more responses when more people get to lay eyes on this because they've been screening this like crazy. I didn't even know until I was talking to Christian that there was 2 other screenings that day. I was like, why didn't I get invited to the other 2? I would love to have come a little later. I ain't mad, but yeah, After the Hunt, I please see it. Please see it.
Yeah.
And my full thoughts are on thefilmblurds.com.
So yeah, Nora Garrett is an actor, and this is her first screenplay.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Look,
so.
I'll tell you how deliberate this movie is. This movie's so deliberate that there's a lingering final shot, and when it finally cuts to black, you hear Luca call cut.
All right. I fucks with that. I fucks with that hard. All right. Well, yeah. I'm looking forward to it.
Wild that this is credited as Trent Reznor, Atticus Ross, and then they're doing a full-on 9 Inch Nails album for a different movie. That's wild. And they're executive producers on that for some reason.
On Tron?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's the only way they could get 9 Inch Nails to do the score is to get some back end on that shit.
And this is why I wanted to do an interview with them because I got a lot of fucking questions just in general. But, fucking marketing company and fucking Disney.
Well,
All right.
yeah.
Well, let's get into our last two reviews. I guess let's start with a big, bold, beautiful journey.
Yeah. I really like this movie. You know, it's it's the that magical surrealism um style, but it's not nearly as weird as it could have gone.
Yes,
Right?
yes. I thought it was going to be a little more whimsical.
Right.
Honestly, it is very saccharine, and usually that doesn't work, and it does work against this movie. It's a little too saccharine. You know what I'm
Yeah, I
saying?
mean, I get where you're coming from. It didn't bother me. Honestly, I was with this movie up until literally the last scene when the fucking song comes on. The cover
The
of
sad cover that I'm surprised
this
they didn't use that in the trailer because that's been the thing in Hollywood for like the past decade and a half, taking popular songs and using the sad versions in the
yeah.
trailers.
Yeah, so that kind of ruined the ending for me. And yes, there are some plot holes, but you really have to suspend disbelief here because it's all that magical realism, that magic, uh stuff. I love the chemistry between Margot Robbie and Colin Farrell. I dug it. I got it.
What was the relationship between the people getting married at the beginning and Colin Farrell and Margot? Because it looks like Colin used to date the bride. It was weird. Like that whole interaction was just weird.
I mean, and yeah, I get it that it was weird, but it if anything, I I would have cut that whole entire wedding scene short.
It's a weird movie, man. Like I'm not gonna lie to you. Like the relationship before these two go on a big, bold, beautiful journey should have been a
Right.
little more defined. Like what Rachel was saying, I was like, yeah, that probably work a little better than what we got. But I don't mind a meet cute. The problem is the meet cute just
Wasn't that
doesn't
cute?
work. Yeah,
Right.
and it just doesn't work. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Mhm.
Like if you had
Uh,
had them spend a little more time together before the journey, I think that would have worked a little better.
yeah, 100%. I don't disagree with that. But I do like the idea that their first date is them literally traveling through each other's pasts, right? Getting to know each other, right?
Right,
I
right.
think that's a really cool concept, right? It's all the shit you wish you could get out of the way in the first date so you can get to the fucking.
My thing is, I felt very much that Margot got her character got catharsis by the end of the movie, and she resolved what other underlying issues she had. I don't feel as if Colin Farrell got the catharsis he needed
Mm,
to move on, and I'm not really sure what his catharsis was either.
right. So here's the thing. And this is one of the things I had a problem with. Their traumas were not the same,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
So like Margot Robbie, her defining thing is uh that she missed the death of her mother, right? Colin Farrell's thing is I don't know, right? Like the girl said that in high school said she didn't love him, right? And then it like leads to this whole entire thing with his father, blah 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 blah, but it was never defined what is the thing that you're trying to get over.
I really wish his trauma was about his mom abandoning him and his dad. That's what that
Right.
trauma should have been because
Right.
that's not resolved either. Because there comes a point in time where these characters inhabit other people. And once Colin Farrell inhabits his father, me personally, my first question would have been like, where the fuck did you go for a whole month? Like, you understand that
Right.
broke my dad. Like, my dad was
Yeah.
broken for a minute.
Yeah, and like the like who eh, and who leaves their child for a month,
Right,
right? Like not
right.
not it's not like you go on a like girls trip or
Or
whatever
that
like
she
that.
came back, she's like, "I just needed some time," or "I need," or the White women do this a lot. I needed to find myself. I need to explore. I need to have an adventure. None of that. We don't get there's no explanation for why she dipped off.
Mm. Yeah. So, uh, like I said, there are some holes, but
Also, what does Colin Farrell do for a living?
I don't know. What does Margot Robbie do for a living?
That I'm not too concerned about.
Right.
What I'm concerned about is what does he do because, he's a failed actor and his parents kept telling him he's special, he's going to be special, he's going to be somebody. And I'm like, okay, but what is he doing right now that his parents are concerned about him wasting his life?
But here's the thing: is he a failed actor? I don't know, right? Because like he did the thing in high school, but I don't think he ever mentions acting again.
That's the problem with this movie. It's a lot of half-baked ideas that just aren't fully formed.
Right. Right. Um.
I mean, everything on Margot's side is fleshed out, and I understand her character through and through.
Right.
But it's really Colin's shit, and it's wild because we follow him for like the first 20 minutes.
Right. He
where
seems like the
it's-
main. It seems like she's a supporting character in
right,
this movie, even though they're like co-leads.
and her character's more fleshed out than Colin's, and I'm just like, well, I mean, what happened in this script? Is there an extended cut of this movie? I don't
I'm
want to
sure there
watch
is.
an extended cut. You know what I'm saying? But like, it just feels like there's so much missing from this.
Mm. And I get like, and it doesn't feel like it's missing deliberately, right? Because it it to be ambiguous or whatever like that, or it does feel like there was a lot chopped off of it, which is
Yes.
wild because it was an hour 45
Yep.
minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
It feels longer than that. It feels much longer than that. Like I'm not saying I didn't enjoy it, right? But it felt long, and there was just pieces of it that are missing for me, and I don't know what those pieces are. Right? I don't know. Like I liked the film. I thought it was. I thought it was like a great representation of what it feels like to open up to somebody like that, to share your past. But also, I did not really connect with the characters.
This is Kogonada's third film. I really like his first two films. Columbus, which had John Cho and Haley Lou Richardson.
Uh-huh.
That was a fantastic movie. And then my favorite of his is his second movie, which is After Yang, which stars Colin Farrell
Right.
and Jodie Turner Smith. That was a great fucking film.
Yeah, no, I liked After Yang a lot. I think I like this more than After Yang, but it's still sort of
Whoa.
yeah, like look, but it's two different movies, right? But still, both of those movies rely on the ambiguity of memory.
Executed much better in After
Right,
Yang.
right. I was gonna say like it's executed much better in After Yang, but for some reason I like this other one better, even though I'm not going to say it's a better movie.
This is Kogonada's first studio film, and I think it'll probably be his last studio film because I don't think this is gonna make some money. Like, I think he's gonna go back to doing indie shit. And look, I applaud them for trying to do something original. You know what I mean? And something bold because magical realism still has yet to be pulled off on film. Like, some of the best novels ever written are in the magical realism genre. Like Winter's Tale, excellent movie. I'm an excellent book. Terrible movie.
Right.
That movie's fucking dog shit. Also starring Colin Farrell. But yeah, that's one of the best books ever written. Like magical realism, when it works, it works. But it has still yet to be executed in film.
Yeah, and I like look, some people are really going to. No one's going to hate this movie, right?
We talked to some people who hated it.
Did they really hate it though? Yeah.
Yeah, Rachel hated it, bro. Which is
Ah,
wild because Rachel loves most movies.
I don't know.
It's funny because somebody we both know hated
Right.
this, that I mean loved this,
Right.
but hated the next movie we're gonna talk about. And I'm looking at him like, nigga, really?
Right.
Nigga, really?
Right. Look, I enjoyed this film. It was more than I expected. Um, I think some people are really, really going to connect with it, and some people are just going to think it's fine. Yeah, I got really nothing else to say about this fucking movie, man. Like, go out and see it, I
How would you
guess.
feel if we got invited to the premiere and we had to wait till like 7, 8 o'clock?
Uh, I would hate it.
Okay. All right.
Were we invited to the premiere?
No, some critics were, but
Right.
most of the critics were in the same screening we were, but some people were invited to the premiere, and I was just like,
It's just like
Godspeed.
all those
Godspeed.
all those things are weird, man.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
this, yeah, all this is real
I
fucking
kind of
weird.
wish I kind of wish what they did for this, they did for Craven. Like I
Well,
would
we
have
can see
rather just went to a normal ass critic screening,
right, right before
the
the
premiere.
yeah, because it was a wild experience watching that piece of shit with the cast and crew, like with with the cast and crew right there.
Yeah, so Sony for a few movies, Sony likes to lump critics into the premiere. So like that happened with No Hard Feelings as well, where we
Mm.
got shoved into the premiere. And I was just like, why we fucking can we just get a regular critic screening, dog? And our
Yeah.
screening was full of nothing but critics and famous people. Meanwhile, everybody else was in the Dolby house. I was like, of course, we get shoved into this fucking theater. Everybody else is relaxed in Dolby. You know what I'm saying? Look, again, it is what it is. I'm not mad at this movie. Like, don't get it twisted. I don't hate this movie. I really don't. But I also don't love this movie. I think this movie commits the greatest sin, which is me being just neutral. I would rather have
Apathetic about
strong
it.
feelings on it than be neutral. You know what I'm saying? I think that's
Mm.
the worst thing for a movie is just for you to have no feelings at all about it.
Yeah, I mean, and I can get where you would be apathetic about it, right? Like it just exists,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, and like I'm not mad at it. I'm not trying to I'm not trying to convince you. Yeah,
Look, if I was going on a date, I would definitely take my date to see this and just be like, "Hey, like, you know, want to go grab something to eat afterwards or grab ice cream? We could walk, walk and talk." That's what this type of movie is. You're gonna watch it. It's a date movie. You watch it and then you forget about it.
it's a story you tell, right? Like, what was your first movie you saw? I was like, oh, we saw that thing, that.
Yeah. Or
But
this is you're married. You know what I'm saying?
right.
You're married. You're at home. This pops up on Netflix. You guys cuddle up under a blanket. Kids are asleep, and you watch it while you get a handy. So a big bold beautiful journey. Kogonada, still looking forward to your movies, but like, look, this was
Look,
just
I mean, it's these three movies, and two are good, one's all right. That's pretty good averages.
yeah. I mean, it is a good looking movie too. I'll say that.
It's beautiful.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
it's
I
beautifully
mean, all of
shot.
his movies are great looking movies. Like you
Right,
could
but
tell the
like
dude knows his shit.
the shit when they have their first kiss,
Oh,
right,
where
on the
they're in front of
mountain.
the earth. Yeah.
Yeah, that shit's fucking beautiful.
Uh, the only time I was really into the movie and the movie came alive was during the school play.
Right. I mean, I did like the school play part.
Yeah, the
Like
school play is
if
like the best part of the movie.
if the whole entire movie was
Had that energy. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
this might be an all timer.
We saw him in Dolby Cinema. Before you got there, the fucking security guard was a fucking dickhead.
Yeah, that whole entire setup for that screening was kind of fucked, but yeah.
because I saw it. I didn't get to ask you what happened with the white privilege shit.
Man, look, so I got there and I still had like 20 minutes, right? So there was uh a seat, and next to the seat was a bag, right? Like, so the two seats, and one was in the there was a bag in the seat. So I'm figuring, all right, they put their bag there, they're sitting there, right? I'll put my bag in this other empty seat, and I'll go handle my shit, right? So I come back, the guy who's who had his bag there is like, oh, I was actually saving this for a friend. It's like, but he's running late. I don't know if he's gonna come or not. I was like, oh, okay. Well, you didn't have anything in the seat. It's fine. I'll give it up. But if he's not showing up, then I will have moved for nothing. Right. And so, so I was like, let's play it by ear. And then he goes like, all right, well, and he goes and meanders around and stuff like that. He gets a call from his friend. Oh yeah, my friend is on our way and stuff like that. So I give up the seat. It was just like the passive aggressiveness of it.
Well, my man, also then do what everybody else does, and whatever seat you want,
Right.
you put your bag in a seat you want to hold, and you sit there and you wait. And if people sit next to you, then you say, "Hey, do you mind holding this seat for me while I go take care of some shit?"
Right. And the fact that like I asked both like people on both either side of the seats, is anyone sitting there? And they were like, no.
Yeah, you always communicate with somebody like,
Right.
"Hey, do you mind holding this seat while I go run
Right.
to the bathroom?"
Yeah, so anything like that. But and I asked both sets of people on either side of it, is this seat being saved for someone? And they're like, nah, not as far as we know.
And it kind of pissed me off because we missed the train I wanted to get on because this shit started 15 minutes late. On top of the security guard being a fucking asshole. Because you know what I did? I took a picture of the screen. He goes, "No cell phones out." And everybody was looking at him like, some dude was like, "Yo, this starts in 20 minutes, man."
Right.
And then from there on out, everybody else had their cell phones out taking pictures and shit.
Yeah, I mean, like, I get saying no pictures during the movie because you shouldn't take pictures during the movie.
Right.
But when we walk in, you have this big title card on the screen with the social media handles on it. It's to get the word out about
Yes.
the fucking movie.
Yes, I was pissed. I was real pissed. I was just like, dog, there was absolutely no fucking need for that,
Right.
quite frankly. And even the other security guard, because after I got yelled at, then the other security guard was I saw him whisper to him like, "Yo, like, hey," and since then, like, and plus there was the bitch next to me was playing Marvel superheroes on her phone like 2 minutes into the movie, to the point where I'm looking at her like, "Are you out of your mind?" And then the security
Right.
guard starts walking up towards us, and that's when she put her phone away finally.
Like, real word? Like, people have no fucking decorum.
So, yeah,
So yeah, let's talk about the actual movie. I both of us really don't fuck with sports
oh,
at
hell no.
all.
Hell no. Hell no.
And I will watch a football game if I'm with people who watch football. But like I don't know shit about it, so I'm not. So watching the trailer for this, I didn't know if I was going to be the intended audience,
Right.
right? But as soon as I got into it, as soon as like the first frame is like, oh shit, I'm going to fuck with this. I rock with it, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
Uh I didn't think I was gonna like this movie as much as I did. I kind of fuck with him real hard. And let me preface this by saying you've seen this movie before. You've seen The Devil's Advocate. You've seen all these fucking cult movies and stuff like that,
Right.
right?
Right.
It's the way it is executed, the style of it, the unapologetic blackness of it. That's where it lays.
It is a black ass movie. Like, let's not even get it twisted. Look, As Jeff said, I don't fuck with sports either, but I did like the commentary because
Right.
this is produced by Jordan Peele, and every single one of Jordan Peele's movies has some sort of social commentary to it. Uh, do I think it's as strong as his movies? No,
No.
but it's still solid, and I see why he attached himself to this. Him and his
Right.
entire team, because his entire team is producers on this. Like I saw names in his I'm like, those are people he personally works with who are
Right.
producing this, including himself. So like I see why everybody attached themselves to it. Do I think it's strong? But no, I think it's strong enough that it worked for me
Yeah.
personally, because people do not like this movie. And I'm just like, yo,
Like why don't they like this movie?
yeah,
Right?
like talking to Dave briefly, he's like, yeah, I didn't like it. It felt like I had CTE. And I was like, that's
That's the
the
point.
point. Yeah, that's the point.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
I mean, it's a commentary on CTE. It's a commentary on how football, especially like the combine, is like
it's slave labor. Like
auction.
we treat
Slave
football
auctions.
like we treat football players like workhorses.
Right.
Like that's why this whole movie is basically him training, because it's showing them like, oh, these are just workhorses.
Right.
And like,
Yeah.
no, not for nothing, I gotta say, more than anything, like Justin Tipping, I think did a fucking bang up job with the direction. Like this movie is stylized and it worked for me. And I mean, because y'all hear me talk about 28 years later where I'm like, it's too stylized. This
Right.
movie is hyper stylized, but it worked for me. But really, what brings this movie home for me personally is Tyreek Withers, who, you know, he was in Atlanta, and I was like, I didn't think much of him in Atlanta. Like I had no strong opinions either way, but I did like him in I Know What You Did Last Summer.
What episode was he in Atlanta?
Your favorite, one of your favorite episodes.
Oh, the black and white one?
The
The biracial one?
biracial. Yeah.
Okay.
Tyreek Withers, I think he was the best thing about I Know What You Did Last Summer. And Jeff's taking care of his dog real quick. And then Marlon Wayans is electric in this motherfucker. Like, god damn, top to bottom. Just I was like, his performance in this is unhinged, and that's on purpose. And it just works so well for me. And especially when they're on screen together, their chemistry is insane. I'm like, yo, Marlon, put Tyreek in Scary Movie 6, bro.
um, uh, this has to be, one of Marlon Wayne's. I think this is a career highlight for him, right? For me,
I mean,
for me,
he's done serious movies before, right? He did Requiem for a Dream. He did the first G.I. Joe movie, the only one that is watchable, quite frankly.
right. But like for me personally, I've never seen him go at it like this.
It's an
right?
intense performance. That's why, because it really is intense. But but also the one thing I like about it is like his character's unhinged, but his character's also super black.
Right. Like I said, like unapologetically fucking black.
Yeah, that's the
And
one thing I love about this movie. This movie's black as fuck.
right. And it like drips with menace, right?
Yeah.
Like his performance drips with fucking menace.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, like, as soon as he steps inside that compound, when he drops off those Amazon packages,
Right.
like, right from there on, I'm like, "Ah, bro, you are in danger."
Right. And like I said, we have seen this before, but it's just, and that's not an insult. That's a compliment that they were able to execute it so well. Right.
Yeah, I really do fuck with this movie. I don't really have much to say because
Yeah.
saying anything more would give too much away.
Too much away.
And the reason why I don't want to give too much away is because the movie's only an hour and a half.
Right. Yeah, so it's an hour and a half, but like
I did not expect Jim Jeffries to be in this. When he was in this, I was like,
and even Jim Jeffries was like, "Oh wow, you can act, dude."
Yeah. Tim Heidecker must be tight with Jordan, because this is his second Jordan Peele project. I'm not gonna say Jordan Peele filmed because he didn't write or direct this,
Right,
but
right.
project because he was in Us as well.
Mm,
And
yeah.
damn, like even Tim Heidecker, I'm like, damn, my dude, you can act.
Yeah. And like I love how it uses practical gore and effects. Like if there's CG in it, it's so good
Mm-hmm.
that you
Mm-hmm.
can't even tell. And like I'm not even talking. I'm not talking about like because we do the X-ray vision of some of these
That
hits
shit.
was fucking
Like the
hard.
second time I was like, it was fine, but for me, it was really effective the first time. Like the first time, I was like, this is fucking hard. And even though that's in
Right.
the trailer, watching it in context of the movie, I'm like, dog, this is. I was like, Justin, you fucking snapped, my dude.
Right. With the Dolby sound and everything like that. Like, and honestly, the dialogue mix in here was great, right? Like,
yeah, because a Big Bold Beautiful Journey, there was a few parts where I'm like, what are y'all fucking saying?
right, yeah. But for this, like every time Marlon Wayans was like, "Nigga," it was like I
Yeah,
heard, like I heard
yeah,
the A, right? Like,
yeah.
this is good. Uh, I think I don't know why people are shitting on this. I think it's really really good. I'm not going to say great,
Right.
right? But I'm going to say it's really enjoyable. It's really good. I would watch this again.
Oh hell yeah, hell yeah.
Right?
I'm not gonna say this is like one of the best movies of the year because it's not. Like it is flawed. Like let's not keep it twisted. Like it is flawed. Like, you know what I mean? It's
Right.
unwieldy. Like I think the biggest problem with this movie is it's unwieldy. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think its themes, while I think they're sharp, I don't think they're sharp enough.
And some of it's kind of obvious,
Yeah, right,
right?
right, right.
Like a lot, like the stories, whatever, right? Uh, we by the first 20 minutes, you know what's going on.
This is how much of a mark I am. The soundtrack alone
Oh
bumped this up
yeah,
like 100 points. Like this is a
on day
soundtrack
one
for
with
niggas.
Lemonade.
Yeah,
When
yeah.
they start bumping Lemonade, it's like,
Or
yeah,
I don't like covers, but even the cover of Strawberry Letter 23 was dope.
yeah,
I was just like, oh, this movie's black if they playing this.
yeah. The cookout anthem. They play
Yeah.
the cookout anthem.
Yeah, nigga. Like,
Yeah, this yeah, I'm glad you brought up the soundtrack because it's like this shit was fuck. It's perfect. It's perfect matching to the scenes.
I will be bumping this and Tron all weekend because the Tron soundtrack drops this weekend,
Right,
which
right.
fucking sucks because I was like, I would like to see the movie
Be
first.
first, yes,
But
that would be
also,
nice.
I'm not gonna not listen to some
A
new
new
Nine Inch Nails,
Right.
right? So,
Yeah.
but yeah, this soundtrack, like this is some shit you ride around to. You pull up to Perry Street, you know what I'm saying? You pull up to the most dangerous part of Perry Street and hop out and just be like, "What y'all niggas good with?"
I mean, honestly, uh, I'll, I'm mad this movie didn't come out during the summer just so I could have this soundtrack for
Right?
the summer.
Right?
Right?
The last time a soundtrack was this hard was the Spider-Verse soundtrack. The
Yeah.
second one, because the first
Yeah.
one was whatever, but the second one
Right.
where Metro Boomin produced the whole shit.
Yeah. Yep. I will agree with that. 100%. I will agree with that. Um, yeah, I think it is an indictment on the football industrial complex.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
also an indictment on fucking organized religion.
Oh
but,
yeah.
uh, but it's fun. It's brutal. It's got great performances, and like
I love
black people.
I love
Black
the
people gonna fucking love this.
Yeah, I love the fact that he wears this golden crucifix, and then you find out later that was his dad's golden crucifix.
Yeah. Right? Like it's and there are little things in there that let you know, like design elements, shit like that, story elements, they let you know they care. This wasn't like a product.
Right, right. Yo, look, Justin Tipping, I like your first movie. I like this one. Like so far, like
I like
I can see you have a great film in you.
Yeah, like this, I fuck with this hard, honestly. Yeah, I really like this movie. Like, it's and and I'm a sucker for The Devil's Advocate, right? I love that movie. It's not a good movie, but if it's on, I'm watching it.
I gotta say, bro, I'll probably end up buying this.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah. This is something that you should own. Like, it's beautifully shot, and it feels like it's for us.
yeah, yeah, that's probably why most people don't like it. Like, yo, listen, I said that shit uh when we walked out. I told that group of people, I was like, yeah, I love this because this movie's black as fuck. And the look of shock on their faces when I said that, and I was just like, "Oh, okay, all right."
Yeah,
Well, I said that to you on the train ride home. I was like, "Bro, we're gonna be the only two motherfuckers who like this movie." Nadia liked it, but also Nadia is Nadia.
yeah,
You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? Like
yeah.
she's Puerto Rican.
She's yeah,
You
yeah,
know what I'm saying?
she's down.
Yeah, like
Uh, but yeah, like this is go out and see him. If you see one movie this weekend in a theater, go see him.
and it's short. It's short,
And
y'all.
it's real. You can get a you hour and a half. You can enjoy the rest of your fucking day.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, I don't like needles, and I gotta say, the needle shit in this perfectly fine.
Yeah, like
Like, I for
it's
some reason, I was just like, "Oh, yeah, I don't know what it is, but this doesn't bother me."
I like shit in here that would bother because teeth shit bothers me.
Right. Me
Right?
too.
Didn't bother me here because everything else was just so
I think Justin
great.
knew how far to take it. That's
Yeah,
the thing. He knows how far to take it
right.
because there's
It's
some things that I was just like even bones sticking out of people, I'm just like, "That's disgusting." Didn't bother me in this because when it happened in the first 5 minutes, the whole audience just went, "Oh!" And I'm just like, "Y'all, it's not that bad."
right. And like it's the gore is extreme, but it's not exploitative.
Yeah, it's their part of the story, not like,
Right.
"Hey, remember we're making a horror movie. This is for y'all adrenaline junkies."
Right.
It's part of the world's part of the story.
Yeah. Uh yeah, it's like I said, it's not a great it's not the greatest film I've ever seen in the whole entire life, but I kind of really fuck with this. I love it.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yo, I got nothing else to add, man. Like
Yeah.
it's a good I liked it. I liked it.
Yeah.
The fact that this has 38% on Rotten Tomatoes kind of sucks.
I don't understand that at all.
Yeah.
I don't get that. How does Working Man have a
A
higher
higher score
score
and is
than
more
this?
well received. Yeah. Yeah, where people are like, this is Working Man's the perfect dad movie. I'm like, no, man, that shit is terrible. And it's
Right.
sloppily
Yeah.
made, man. Like, I thought The
Like
Beekeeper was sloppily made, and I'm like, "Nah, The Beekeeper looks like a fucking masterpiece compared to A Working Man."
yeah, 100%. So go black people, brown people, go out, see this fucking movie
Yeah,
in the theaters.
yeah, uh, yeah, because look, next week is the big one, you know what I'm saying? We're finally gonna get our review. I've seen
Yeah.
it. I
Right.
wanna see it again before we review it, and I feel
Yeah.
bad for Jeff because everybody and their mom has seen
Have
it
seen right.
except for Jeff, and the review embargo broke yesterday.
Right. So like I'm avoiding the internet like a motherfucker.
Like, we can't even get our review up for the review embargo.
Yeah. So
So fuck us. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, so fuck up,
I will say it's one of the best movies I've seen all year. Like, just go in knowing like, yo, you're gonna walk out and be like, God damn.
like I
I see why y'all niggas gave Paul Thomas Anderson $140 million.
I wanted to see this so badly. It was right up there with Superman with how badly I wanted to see this, and which they also fucked me on Superman. So fuck me, I guess.
Yeah, y'all. So next week we'll be explaining a little more on going forward, what's going on as far as us covering a certain studio's films.
Mm.
But just know, if you're wondering why our reviews have been late or non-existent. Like everybody's like, "You're not reviewing The Conjuring?" And I'm like,
No,
no.
no.
Or why was you guys weapons review late?
It's like,
I couldn't
because we
make the screening, and I could have, and I got invited through 2 other means. I could have,
right,
and if I did go, I could have invited you as a guest, because
yeah,
that's how fucking insane that
right,
shit was. Because we were being told no guests. Meanwhile, I'm getting invited from other people. They're like, "Yeah, it's still plenty of seats. You could bring a guest, bro."
right.
I
Like
had to work.
reach out to me at all. We had to see this in regular ass movie theaters.
So from here on out, if we see a movie from this particular studio before the embargo's up, that's too bad. We're just gonna put the review up.
Yeah, because I didn't see an embargo because I wasn't invited.
And we,
So
even when we get invited, we still are not told embargoes. Like like for Sinners, she never told us when the embargo was. Like our review could have been up a whole week earlier than what it
right,
was.
yeah, I'm not gonna say it's we're being deliberately sidelined, but it seems like that, and how they handle things. And it's not like we haven't heard this from other people.
Yeah. Or the
So
marketing firm, because another person's having the same problems with that specific firm.
yeah. So right. So I mean, yeah, but we ain't shit. So, fuck us. Yeah, this has been petty quarter.
It
Because we're gonna
gets
be petty.
I'm sorry, it's just at a point where I'm just like, "Yo, y'all are just a new level."
Yeah.
It is what it is.
May the bridges we burn light the way. Because this is this is this is where we're at now. Yeah. They know. They know what they did.
So, that is episode 180.
Gotcha. Hi, Carmen. How you doing today?
Hey, good. How are you? Thank you so much for waiting.
Not a problem. It's the nature of the beast. Before we start, I just want to make sure I'm not butchering your last name. Emmy?
Emmy, yeah.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna do my little spiel and we'll get right into it. Okay.
Cool.
Hi, everybody. This is Jeff Stewart with the Film Blurds, and I am honored today to be joined by the writer and director of the upcoming romantic thriller. I guess that's
Yeah.
the genres we're going with. Carmen Emmi. Carmen, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you so much.
So Plainclothes, simply put, is powerful, right?
Mm.
I mean, there's a lot of adjectives you could throw out there for it, but like the one I would, start with is is touching, powerful, affecting. So why don't you tell us what it's about?
Yeah, so Plainclothes is set in the 90s, and it follows an undercover police officer whose job is to flirt with guys in a public restroom in order to get them to expose themselves and then get arrested for indecent exposure. But it's how it happens when he falls in love with someone that he's supposed to arrest.
Yeah, the fact that this was a thing that happened was mind blowing to me. Where did this all come from? How did you get the idea for the story? How long did it take you to write it? Give me all the details.
Yeah, so I got the idea in 2016 when I read an article in the LA Times about a sting operation that happened in Long Beach, California. And the sting operation happened in 2014. And it basically a man sued the city of Long Beach for entrapment because he was targeted by a police officer and he ended up winning the case. Um, and to me, as someone who had recently come out, I was just shocked that those kinds of sting operations were even happening. And then I later found out a couple of weeks ago, actually, I visited Long Beach, California for a film festival. And I learned from one of the lawyers that represented the man from the case that these sting operations were even happening up till 2019. So it's just it just gets more and more shocking. But I knew I wanted to tell a story about my coming out experience. My brother was becoming a police officer, and I read this article, and those three things kind of just circled into this story, and the character kind of revealed himself to me, and it became a story about what it feels like to police your feelings.
So I know the script was in the top 50 of the Nichols Fellowship Program, which is, for those who don't know, is a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
So you have the script. How did you go about finding funding, finding a producer? Where do you go from, I have this amazing script, this personal project. How do I make it?
Yeah, well, I started shooting proof of concepts, with my own money so people could see what it would look like. I sent the script to a lot of my friends from college, one of them being my old roommate, Alessandra Balaj, who is actually in the movie. She plays the uncle's girlfriend. And she passed this, and she's always been such a big supporter of my writing, and she's incredible in this movie. Um, I sent the script to her and to Arthur Landon. Um, and Arthur, who is a friend of mine, he ended up financing the project because he believed in it so much. I got a lot of no's from other people in the industry, and he was the one who really said, like, you need to make this happen, and I want to help you. And he's been so supportive throughout this entire process, and never wanted me to change anything. Like, the story that I set out to tell is the story that people see, which is so rare nowadays. Like, I didn't have to change anything about it. And with the edit, he let me do what I wanted to do, which is, again, that's not something you see every day. Yeah.
Yeah, well, let's get into the edit, or more specifically, the shooting. You bounce back and forth between several different aspect ratios, different recording media. I like, you go VHS to like 16 millimeter, to, I guess, you did you shoot on film, or was it all digital?
It was all digital. And then we also shot on high eight.
Okay.
That was, yeah, that, like, the camera that I had when I was a little boy.
All right. And so, did you always intend to shoot like that? Or was it just something when you were talking to the DP and you were like, you know what, let's use these different styles to convey uh the character's emotion?
I always knew that the two timelines, because the film goes back and forth between a New Year's Eve party and earlier that year, and it goes back and forth. So I always knew I wanted it to feel different. Like, when we were going into the past, when he was meeting the guy for the first time, I wanted that aspect ratio to be like a square, as if, like, how 4:3, which is like how a lot of films were framed in the 90s. And then at the New Year's Eve party, the world kind of opens up a bit as he's like, clarity. So I wanted the aspect ratio to reflect that. The high eight footage, that was discovered through pre-production, me testing things. Ethan, our DP, actually, he came on a few weeks before production because our original DP had to drop from the project. So it was like, like, Ethan and I just kind of became fast friends, and we shot the first version of our shot list. We kind of were like going off of instincts for this, which is actually kind of right for this project. But yeah, I always wanted high eight to reflect what Lucas saw, because it has like that vintage VHS look. And I wanted to explore memories and how I remembered things. And when I thought back to when I was a boy, I remembered it as if I'm watching like a VHS tape, and I wanted his memories to reflect that. And it ended up working out. I think it really helps place people in the 90s too, um, as well as just, reflecting what he sees or what he thinks he sees.
Yeah, I mean, and also, I mean, it definitely helps build the tension because, uh, even in scenes where the main character is chopping uh, carrots, I was waiting for something to happen, right? Like, I have this feeling of unease throughout this whole entire uh, film, which is a testament to your writing and your directing. Uh,
Mm.
so how was it working with the actors? Uh, yeah, I mean, just give me like, were there any uh challenges getting them to jump into the roles, or is it just like they read it, boom, let's go?
No, they were ready and they came very prepared. It was really important for me to work with theater actors. Almost everyone I think in the cast is theater trained, and that was intentional because I grew up with a theater background. Like I grew up doing community theater, and I really wanted my set to feel like the backstage of a show. Um, and I wanted it to be a collaborative environment, like one that I saw in theater. And all of the actors just brought that. They all just made the conscious decision to be there for each other and make it great. And I think it shows. They won an award at Sundance for best ensemble. And I think it's just because they all brought so much love to the role. At times I had imposter syndrome directing Russell Tovey or Maria Dizia. You know, like that was, of course, like I watched Russell as I grew up. Like, so him looking to me and being like, was that good? Was kind of like, obviously, like you're amazing. But it to like really like, you know, step into that director role was really exhilarating. It wasn't, it was scary for a second, but they were so no one treated me like a first time director. They just really treated me with respect, and I respected them, and we had a lovely time. Yeah.
How's the audience response to it? How are people? What are things that people are saying to you once they come out of the theater?
A lot of times they say, "Oh, I can finally breathe." They say, you know, I get a lot of, you know, touring with the film. I speak to a lot of like older gay men who have lived through this experience. And that's been really incredible to connect with them and hear their stories and their friends' stories because I'm connecting with a piece of my own history that I don't think I would have had the opportunity to do had I not released this film. And so that's something that's just will just always stay with me for the rest of my life, hearing their stories. Um, I also love hearing people who aren't a part of the queer community, hearing how much they love the movie, how much they relate. Because what I find is that everyone has a secret, everyone is policing their feelings in some ways. It's not just specific to the queer experience. And seeing that this movie can resonate beyond just my community has been amazing because at the end of the day I want to make movies that everyone can enjoy. That's what I want to do. And this one is heavy and it's exhilarating and it's thrilling and it's romantic. So I feel like I've achieved what I set out to do, which is exciting.
I
Yeah.
mean, and it shows, right? It is 100% the director's vision on screen. You can tell.
Yeah.
Um, and so thank you for, staying the course
Yeah,
and
of
getting
course.
this done. Because, as you know, getting a movie made, especially on a indie level, uh, is it's a Herculean task.
It feels impossible at times. Like pre-production can really break your heart. I will say. Like finding out you don't get a certain location or finding out like, you know, an actor's schedule has to push the shoot a week and so then you lose the DP. It's like devastating. But um something that I kept telling myself was you're making the movie you're supposed to make. So even though things were changing, I trusted in the process, and that was really key.
That's great. Uh, so before we go, uh, when is this hitting theaters? Where can people see this? When? Let's give them all the details.
Yeah, so it opens in theaters on September 19th in New York. And then on September 26th, it opens in Los Angeles and in Syracuse, New York, which is my hometown where we shot the film. And then weeks later, it opens up in more theaters across the US and then internationally in Ireland and the UK at the top of October.
All right. Well, I mean, here's to future success. Like I said, I love the film. Thank you for your time. And yeah, I can't wait to hear from people I know how this affects them.
I can't wait to hear too. Yeah, that's awesome. Where are you based again?
I'm out of Jersey.
You're out of Jersey. Okay, cool. Yeah, it'll be at the IFC in New York if your friends want to go see it over the next week.
I will drag them to it.
Thank you. I appreciate
You're
it.
welcome. All right, have a good day. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.